Welcome, basketball fans, to the final regular season edition of Henley Hornets basketball. Tonight we are coming to you live from Phoenix, Oregon, on the campus of Phoenix High School for tonight's Skyline Conference matchup between the Henley Hornets and the Phoenix Pirates. Good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. I'm joined by Nick Bradford. Later on, Alex Stork will join the crew as we broadcast to you live tonight from the, newly opened Phoenix High School, only in its second year of operation, and it's a beautiful campus. It snowed on the way here, but we got here ready to wrap up the final Skyline Conference game this evening. The 6-3 Henley Hornets still battling for playoff position. Meantime, the 2-7 Pirates, they're looking to play spoiler tonight, and they would love to do it on senior night in front of a home crowd. The Hornets and the Pirates are next. Coming up, we'll take a look at those Skyline Conference standings, with it being the last game of the regular season. I mentioned playoffs. We'll take a look at those as well. Coming up next as we continue the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. The Hornets and the Pirates are next. On Top Tree have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome you back to MyBasin.com for tonight's coverage of this Skyline Conference affair between the Henley Hornets and the Phoenix Pirates. Coming into tonight's matchup, Henley is 13-9, 6-3 on the conference season. Phoenix is 8-14 on the year, 2-7 in the conference season. We wrap up the regular season tonight. The second place Henley Hornets still fighting for a potential play-in spot. A win tonight would go a long way. You've got Mazama in first place in the conference. They are playing Klamath Union tonight. Of course, you've got Henley and Hidden Valley tied for second place. Hidden Valley is playing North Valley tonight. Mentioned that the Pelicans are down there 4-5. North Valley and Phoenix, each 2-7 in conference play, but really what it comes down to is the top three teams in the conference tonight, that being Mazama, Henley, and Hidden Valley, are playing the bottom three teams in the conference tonight. So a chance for these teams to, in some way, have their fate in their own hands, but also still, if you're talking about winning the conference, you've got to count on a Klamath Union win and a Mazama loss tonight if you're Henley. But more than that, you would just like to win tonight and let the rankings shake out as they must. In terms of who would finish second place in a world where Hidden Valley and Henley finish tied, let's say they both win tonight, just for the sake of argument, Hidden Valley would probably make the cut potentially over Henley just based off of state ranking. They're ranked 13th. The Hornets are ranked 16th. However, the Hornets have the better overall record. So there is a world where potentially both teams get in as we take a look at the playoff qualifications in just a bit. 8 teams immediately qualify for the 4A state tournament, which is held with a home game and then over at Marshfield High School for the Elite 8. The conference winner gets an immediate bid to that round of 16 where they could potentially get a home game. After that, you have a play-in round where the number 2s from each conference and the number 3s from a handful of conference. There's 16 of those teams. They get seeded into 8, and, well, there you have it. The 8 from there go to the round of 16 for the OSA State Championship. So with how these teams are ranked, there is a possibility that both of them get a play-in game. It's just a matter of both of those teams grabbing a win, but it starts with the Hornets tonight. We'll keep you updated on the scores going around the area as we continue with the festivities this evening. We're wrapping up the regular season on the road. The Hornets battling the Pirates next on mybasin.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
And to welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week this evening. Getting ready for the starting lineups tonight from Phoenix High School as we meet the starting 5 for our Henley Hornets. Starting at guard, number 1, a senior, Melody Martino. Number 10, a senior, Ryan Maddox. Number 15, a sophomore, Annie Campos. Senior, number 20, Madeline Sharp. And sophomore, number 24, Jewel Northcutt. The Hornets are coached by Randy Denson in his 2nd season. And now it's time to meet the starting 5 from the hometown Phoenix Pirates. Number 1, a junior forward. Oh, well, we're introducing the coaching staff, so they are coached by Chelsea Winter. And we'll start with the starting 5 for Phoenix. A junior forward, number 1, Morgan James. Another junior forward, number 2, McKenna Nolan. Junior guard, number 11, Kyla Potrex. A sophomore guard, number 12, Annabelle Delgado. And finally, a junior, number 15, Ruby Rector. Again, the Pirates coached by Chelsea Winter. We'll now have the playing of the national anthem, and then we are ready for tip-off tonight from Phoenix High School. Well, we're just about ready for basketball this evening. Appreciate you joining us on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. This game brought to you in part by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. And we got some snow in the basin, and you're going to want to do some golfing. It's not really going to happen outdoors. The good thing is that Harbor Isles has the only golfing simulators in the basin. They've got over 100 different courses from the Bandon Dunes to St. Andrews. Formerly located inside the clubhouse, where members pay $6 an hour and non-members pay $10 an hour. You can call Harbor right now for a tee time. As we get ready for basketball tonight, the tip goes out of bounds. Possession will go to the Pirates, and that's how we get things started tonight. When Morgan James takes the inbound pass, she's going to be guarded by Sharp all the way up the floor, brings it around to the right side, passing it in close to Delgado, brings it around, kicks it outside to Potratz, and Delgado has a little bit of trouble handling it. Guarded by Martino, top of the key, now to James, far side to Nolan. Phoenix likes to slow things down. They like to get the ball in the paint down low. I know that they've done a lot of perimeter passing on their first possession, but a lot of post play you'll see from the Pirates tonight. Jewel Northcutt attempting it on the other side. She couldn't get it to go. Morgan James, by the way, scored the first bucket for Phoenix tonight, or rather that did not go. So no points for James. And now Phoenix on the other side. Potratz gathered. Now it's Delgado. Kicking it far side to Nolan. Now Potratz has it top of the key. She kicks it to Delgado. Back to Potratz. Again, Phoenix with the perimeter passing. This is what Coach Winter likes. And then you're going to find a look down low eventually. As this time James tries to back down Sharp. Potratz bringing it around and tried to kick it outside. It's picked away by Ryan Maddox. She's got to look to the rim by herself. Goes up with the shot. It was fouled by Potratz, so she'll get two. Kyla Potratz quick on the follow. Turned on the Jets and almost got a block on Maddox, but sent her to the line instead. Well, we know at firsthand coming over Highway 140 today with the snow that having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to help make sure that everything's in working order at Les Schwab Tires. Ryan Maddox misses her first free throw. She's had her struggles at the line this season. She does make her second, making the score 1-0 in favor of the Hornets with 6:37 to go in the first. Man, the weather coming over here was definitely something. There was a little bit of hail, it felt like, coming down the hill, some snow, packed snow on Highway 140. So glad that you're watching and listening at home if you didn't make the trip, because it was definitely had to face the conditions. Sharp got the steal, passes it to Martino in the corner. Maddox fires three, top of the key, no good. Campos is there to clean up the glass and travels underneath the bucket. It's even snowing here in Phoenix, which you don't see too often, especially this time of year. Gosh, it's almost March. It feels like the snow should be over, but the Oregon weather can be unpredictable at times. Potratz bringing it up, kicking it over to James on the right side. Now back to Delgado. Delgado takes a screen, thought maybe about the three-pointer, kicks it back to James. James goes to her left at the free throw line, kicks it far side to Nolan. Pump fakes, tries to drive inside, gets tied up by Maddox, and that's a held ball. And so Campos will bring it up the floor. Kicking it near side, now down low to Maddox, puts it on the deck, bouncing it outside to Campos, but Phoenix comes away with a takeaway as Delgado swipes it. Bringing it up, kicking it over to James. James brings it around the world, now on the right side, near corner to Nolan. She tries to drive in, gets bodied up by Maddox and Campos. No foul called, ball goes out of bounds, possession Hornets. And checking into the game for Henley is going to be the freshman, number 22, Anna Harper. Harper had a big night last Tuesday, but it was Jewel Northcutt who stepped up against Klamath Union. Annie Campos had a fairly good night against the Pelicans as well. Had been quiet for the second half of league play, but is coming alive late down the stretch, trying to keep the Hornets' playoff chances alive as Maddox zips it into Martino. She takes one from 12. That shot won't go. Campos is right there. Backs up against the glass. No good. James with the rebound. Still 1-0 with under 5 to go in the first. In transition on the other side, it's Delgado who cashes in with a layup. Campos trying to answer back, getting it to Northcutt. High off the glass. Northcutt will shoot 2. Jewel Northcutt, a sophomore this year, and the starting lineup as well, and one of 2 sophomores in this Henley starting lineup. They're on the verge of making the play-in round. And you talk about the future of the Hornets. I mean, aside from these sophomores, they're in the starting lineup. You've got Anna Harper, obviously a freshman. She's seen considerable playing time this year. Maya Mock and Gracie Poe, a sophomore and a junior respectively, haven't seen very much playing time. But when it comes down to it, they've played in maybe some less meaningful minutes, but still minutes nonetheless, and they've showed some quality talent. So Randy Denson has got to be happy with the trajectory of his program. It is 3-2. With 4:41 to go in the first. And the Hornets lead. Pass goes over on the far side to James. James puts it on the deck, tries to go up with the shot, and knocks it down. There's James' first 2 points of the evening. Campos launching it front side to Maddox, getting it down in low to Harper, who makes a sweet move to the rim for Anna Harper. So now it's James. She zips it over to Delgado. Delgado to James. Back now, top of the key to Potratz. She tries to drive baseline. Bouncing it back outside to Rector. Now James dribbles in. Kicks it near corner. And a loose ball and a travel down low. It's going to go against Nolan. Annie Campos driving down low, fakes going right, tries to cross left, ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Campos. And so that'll be a turnover. Martino, a foul on the near side, will keep the ball with, no, as she stepped out of bounds, I guess, before Martino ran into her, so it'll actually be Hornets basketball as Sharps checked back into the game. It'll be Harper to inbound. Gets it in quickly to Sharp, who goes up with the shot. No foul called. And James gets the rebound. She brings it up for the Pirates. Now to Delgado. Delgado to Potratz. Phoenix again working the ball around the perimeter. That's what they like to do. It's why we've seen such a low-scoring first quarter, only 5-4 with 3:15 to go as Campos gets the steal. Thought about running it out, but decides to slow things down. Campos has it now, top of the key, kicking it near side to Harper. Harper thinking about it, over to Maddox, top of the key. Campos has it. She thought about three, trying to drive inside. A beautiful pass to Maddox, who pump fakes, drives inside, layup no good. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Phoenix. And so now it'll be James bringing it up the floor, driving along the right side, goes up, high off the glass, won't go. Rebound is snagged by Rector. Rector kicks it out to Nolan. Nolan driving inside and fouled. Rector will head to the line for two for Phoenix's first free throws of the evening. Second free throw on the way is also no good. Layup on the other side for Henley. Makes it a 7-4 game, 2:26 to go in the first. Rector was bothered. A nice pass out to James, getting it over to Potratz, who drives inside, kicks it to Rector for three. And that's actually Delgado who ties the game at 7. And she's got 5 points tonight. Harper on the other side converts with points. 4 points for her tonight, and Henley takes the lead right back. Pass ahead to Delgado and can't get the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets. 9-7, a minute 52 to go in the first. And so Maddox checks out for the Hornets. And I believe that's Martino back in the game. Harper fires three and banks it in. That's actually just a long two. 11-7. But 6 points for the freshman Harper tonight as she's getting involved in the offense. Potratz bringing it up the floor. Near side, now to James. She kicks it over to Potratz. No, pardon me, that's Delgado. Potratz has it again, near side. Phoenix working the ball around the perimeter, driving inside, kicking it outside to James. Thought about stepping into a three. Now Nolan has it near side. Back to James. Driving down low, spinning around, kicking out, back to James. 1:05 now left to go in the first, and an 11-7 ball game. Henley leads. Lady Hornets looking to keep playoff chances alive with a win here tonight on the road. James has it now. Crossing to her left now, spinning right, trying to drive baseline. Kicks it out to Potratz. 46 seconds now to go in the first. Long three from Delgado, rims out. Northcutt gets the rebound. And so now it's Campos trying to drive the left side, going up with the left hand, and Campos just strong, taking it to the rim. 29 seconds now to go in the first. The score 13-7. Delgado's got it. Now to James. James putting it on the deck. Nolan loses it, trying to drive inside. It was picked up again by Rector, and Phoenix keeps possession. Rector now at the free throw line, kicks it out to James. 9 seconds, she spins around, driving at the baseline, out to Rector from 14. That one rolls around the rim and falls. And 13-9 the score, and that will bring us to the end of one. 13-9 Henley after 8 minutes. We'll be back with the second quarter on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Getting ready for the second quarter of action tonight from Phoenix High School. Glad you could be with us for the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. The Hornets and the Pirates doing battle, but after 8 minutes, the Hornets are up 13-9. It's been a good half of basketball for Anna Harper, who's got 6 points tonight, the freshman involved in the offense. Jewel Northcutt also has 2 points. Ryan Maddox with 1 tonight for the Henley Hornets. Also, Annie Campos has got 2. 5 on the floor for the Hornets as we start this second quarter. It's Melody Martino, Madeline Sharp, Annie Campos, Anna Harper, and Jewel Northcutt. And for the Pirates, we'll get to their starting 5 in just a bit as a shot fired and missed by Nolan. The Pirates gather, and we have the 5 on the floor for them, being Morgan James, McKenna Nolan, Kyla Potratz, Annabelle Delgado, and Ruby Rector, the same 5 who started the game for Coach Chelsea Winter. Annie Campos kicking it near side to Harper. She thought about 3, driving inside, tries to sling one off the glass, and it won't go. Rector grabs the rebound. And so now the Pirates moving in transition, kicking it to James, near side now to Delgado. And now it's Potratz with it. Potratz, Nolan, kicking it around. Now James has it. James trying to go inside against Campos, kicking it to Nolan. Near corner 3, and it's good. Nolan with her first 3 points of the night brings the game within 2. Or they're going to say that was a long 2, rather. So no three-pointer. This one is a 3, though. Won't go from Nolan. She's got 2 tonight after they take away the 1 point there. Score 13-11, 6:40 to go in the second. Campos now kicking it over to James. James zipping it inside to Harper. She goes strong to the rim. Has it stripped away, and Madeline Sharp picks up the loose ball right back into Harper, who puts up the shot. Misses. Campos gets the rebound. She drives baseline. Reverse layup. That won't go. Campos saves it from going out of bounds. Now over to Harper. She gets fouled on the putback. That's what you don't get from many other teams. Henley is relentless on the offensive glass. They will give themselves 4 or 5 looks at the bucket sometimes and then get fouled. It is tough to defend this team. Well, you sent Anna Harper to the line, getting her first and second free throws tonight. And you can charge the foul to... They've applied the foul to someone who's not in the game, Jaden Voss, who hasn't seen any floor time yet. So we'll find out who that foul is on in a bit as Anna Harper missed the first free throw, and her second one coming up is good. So back up to a 3-point ball game, 14-11 as Ryan Maddox will check in for Harper. Maddox 1 point tonight on 1 made free throw in the first period. Her team leads 14-11 with 6:17 to go in the second. James going to bring it up the floor for the Lady Pirates. She makes a strong move to the rim. That one rolls off the front of the rim, and now Campos has it, throwing it ahead to Northcutt. In transition, she gets the bucket. Northcutt's got 4. That was her first made field goal tonight. James at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Delgado, who shoots 3 and swishes it. That's Delgado's second made 3 of the night, and 8 points for her on the evening. As we are back within 2, 16-14. Henley with 5:41 to go in the second. A foul called, and this is going to send Northcutt to the line for 2. She is already 2 for 2 from the penalty stripe tonight, so we'll see what she can do here. Well, if you're looking for work, John Bowers Construction is looking for a lead carpenter who has construction experience and is a problem solver. They're also looking for a bookkeeper. Experience is a plus, but they'll train the right person. And they're also looking for a salesperson who can work with customers and help with marketing. Call 541-205-1464 to apply. Again, the number for you one more time, 541-205-1464 to apply for John Bowers Construction as Jewel Northcutt nails the second free throw. That makes her 3 for 4 on the evening and gives Henley a 17-14 lead. And the Pirates will inbound. Inbound goes to Delgado as she races Martino up the floor. Goes right now, crosses left, kicks it out to James. James now back to Potratch, top of the key. Over to Nolan. Nolan to Potratch. She zips it over to Rector. Rector to James in the far corner. And a whistle on the far side of the floor is going to be against the Hornets. And I think they're going to get Campos with this one. And that is the case. It's her first. Second team foul for the Hornets, 4 for the Pirates. Inbound pass intended for Delgado goes out of bounds. We've got a score update from the Vizama-Klamath Union game as the Vikings lead Klamath Union 29-23 at halftime. We'll take a look at what that means. We talk about the state playoff picture at halftime tonight, still about 5.5 minutes away in the second. And it's 17-14, Henley leads. It'll also be Hornets basketball as the whistle's blown and a turnover for the Pirates. And so Campos is going to walk it up the floor. She takes the Northcutt screen, going right, crosses to her left, stops and pops from 12, throws up a floater, and that won't go. Campos gathers her own rebound, goes up with the shot and a travel. Second time Campos has been knocked with the foul, or with the travel rather. And just trying to do a little bit too much in the paint. That's okay. You like the effort if you're Coach Denson, but as the playoffs loom, those are things you want to clean up. James zipping it over to Delgado in transition. Mid-range shot, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, although last touched by the Pirates. It'll be Northcutt basketball. And the Hornets as well are going to check in Madeline Sharp as she approaches the scorer's table. No substitutions made yet on the Pirates' end of things, as it's still James, Nolan, Potratch, Delgado, and Rector on the floor. Same 5 they started with. As Maddox comes in, shoots 3, and drills it. And Maddox has got 4 points tonight. James kicking it over near side to Nolan. Nolan zipping it over to Delgado, now to Rector. Potratch has it. James now in the far corner. She tosses it, top of the key, and perimeter passing coming out for the Pirates. A long pass to James. She tries to drive baseline, spins around, outside, kicks it to Delgado, top of the key. And now to Potratch. Back to Delgado. She throws it to Rector. And just plenty of perimeter passing coming out for the Pirates. As again, I think part of this has to do with the fact that it's the same 5 players. You don't want to run a game plan as Maddox picks it away. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Campos. No, she in fact fumbles it as well. Campos tied up, finally gets it to Martino. And now back to Campos, over to Maddox. And a timeout called by Coach Denson. We'll take one too. 20-14 the score, 4 minutes even to go in the second. You've got .com game of the week.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Welcome you back to Phoenix High School, the site of tonight's MyBasin.com game of the week. 4 minutes to go in the second, and Henley leads 20-14. Anna Harper has got 7 points tonight, and also Ryan Maddox drilled a 3 coming off the bench. He's got 4. Only made 3-pointer of the night for Henley. Meantime, Phoenix has hit 2 3-pointers and a couple of long 2s. You know, this team is generally liked to get down in the paint, bang down low, try to get your points at the rim, but tonight a lot of perimeter passing. I'm noticing a couple of substitutions in for Henley, namely Alam Mohammed, a freshman, has checked into the game for Phoenix, number 35, and it seems like a short rotation tonight for the Pirates, potentially why they're thinking about conserving energy as Campos comes up and drills a 3 coming out of the break. That's her first 3 of the night, and hopefully not her last if you're a Hornets fan. She's got 5 points tonight. It's Delgado driving in low, going strong to the rim and knocking it off the glass. It's good for Delgado. She's the leading scorer for the Pirates tonight. She has got 10. Campos near side to Martino. High arcing shot, no good. Sharp cleans up the mess and converts with points. A 9-point lead now for Henley. That was Madeline Sharp for 2, and a press coming out for the Hornets. They steal the ball away, getting it in low to Harper. She spins around off the glass, and a travel. So it'll be Phoenix ball, as if the steal never happened. Still a 9-point game, 25-16, 3:13 to go here in the second. Delgado bouncing it over to James. Now to Potrats. James going to kick it over to Muhammad. Now to James, top of the key, spinning at the right elbow, back out to Muhammad, and now to James, getting it over to Delgado. Potrats now to Delgado once more. Pardon me, that was Rector. Now Delgado has it, top of the key. Over to Rector, right wing. Getting it to Muhammad just inside the three-point arc near corner. She thought about driving baseline, loses a handle on it. Maddox is, I believe, the last person to touch it. So it should be Pirates basketball as Martino checks out and Northcutt comes in for the Hornets. And so it'll be James inbounding the ball to Delgado. She thought about 3. Pass goes back inside to James. Now out to Potrats. She goes out right. Now to James, top of the key. James spinning around at the free throw line. Kicks it outside to Potrats. Now to Muhammad. Muhammad thinking about driving inside. Gets tied up, and a foul going to be called against Northcutt, I believe, on the reach-in. We'll see who they actually end up getting, but she was there around the play. And it is Northcutt. And that is the third Henley team foul. 4 still for the Pirates. Nice move to the rim by Delgado, and she's starting to heat up here in the second quarter as well. She's trying to tell us not to count the Pirates out yet, and that's a turnover for Henley and a window for the Pirates to find themselves back into this game. Delgado's got 12 of her team's 18 points tonight. She's had some good looks at the rim. Potrats trying to work in transition, has the ball picked loose by Harper. And now Jewel Northcutt racing up the floor. 1-on-2 in transition, has it knocked away by Delgado. Back-to-back steals in transition for both of these teams. Have the defenses involved. Delgado out to Muhammad, and now to Potrats. She brings it around, kicks it to James. James back to Potrats. She's going to hand it over to Delgado. Delgado moving along the right side. Now bring it back, right elbow. She tries to go up against Campos in transition, or in the paint, rather. A foul is called, and it looks like it's going to be a shooting foul against Annie Campos, I believe. Actually, it's a non-shooting foul. And it's going to go against Maddox as well. So Campos wasn't involved in that play. I figured if she was, it would have been because she took a charge, but a foul was called before the charge was made. James trying to drive inside, goes strong to the rim, won't go. Campos cleans the glass. Kicking it ahead to Martino in transition. It's stolen away by Muhammad in midair. Phoenix has the ball back. Now Potrats, guarded by Martino, has the ball swiped at by Maddox, but gets it to Muhammad regardless. And now to James. She brings it around top of the key, zipping it near side. Back to James. She thought about stepping into a 3. Now to Nolan. Nolan back over to James. She takes a 3, tries to bank it in, and that one won't go. Campos bringing it up now, under a minute to go in the second. She takes a 3 in transition. That won't go. Front iron. Martino saves it from going out of bounds. And it'll be Hornets ball as it hits Muhammad, but she was stepping out of bounds. And so it'll be Hornets ball. Inbound pass goes to Martino. Martino bouncing it into Northcutt. Northcutt in the double team, trying to find a way to get it to Campos, but it's knocked out, and possession remains with the Hornets. Getting a hand on it was Nolan, but she did knock it out of bounds. And so Northcutt to inbound. She tries to get it down low to Sharp, but to no avail as Potrats swipes it away. Getting it over to James. James now to Muhammad on that left side. Faked going right. Handing it off to Delgado. She crosses left. Tried to bring it around top of the key. 22 seconds now left to go in the half as James has it. James trying to drive right. Spins left. Now goes right. High off the glass. No good. Campos has it. She throws it ahead in transition to Maddox. Ryan Maddox goes up with a shot and gets it. Back up to a 9-point game. And for Maddox tonight, she's got 6 points. 4 seconds now left to go in the half. Loose ball picked up by Muhammad. She kicks it out to James. Long three, no good at the buzzer. We go to half with a score of 27-18. The Hornets lead, and they are fighting for their playoff lives tonight. We'll tell you why as we take a look at the conference standings and the playoff qualifications next on the MyBasin.com game.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them, and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Well, we welcome you back to the halftime show on MyBasin.com. There's a presentation here at halftime tonight at Phoenix High School. It looks to be a drama production, so we're going to try to keep our halftime show to a lower volume so we can let the rest of these people kind of enjoy what they're doing here tonight. But we will still bring you a halftime show here on MyBasin.com. So we come to you with a halftime score tonight of 27-18. The Henley Hornets are in the lead of the Phoenix Pirates tonight. They lead by 9 thanks to efforts from Anna Harper, who's had an incredible 7-point night thus far. In no short order, you've also had Annie Campos score 5. Jewel Northcutt has also scored 5. Ryan Maddox has scored 6, so pardon me there, and Madeline Sharp has added 2. That's how you get to 27 points tonight for the Henley Hornets, and we'll minimize the screen, let the flag work take their spot there. Again, 27-18 the score at half. For the Phoenix girls, it's been all about Annabelle Delgado so far. She's got 12 of her team's 18 points. You also got 2 from Morgan James and a handful of points from a couple of other players on the Phoenix Pirates. But so far tonight, it's been all about inside scoring and offensive rebounding for the Hornets. They've had an extraordinary game in that category. Annie Campos, I'm thinking of Madeline Sharp, who's had a putback and 2 points for her tonight. So it's quite impressive what Henley's been able to do on the offensive glass. Halftime score tonight, 27-18. These two teams, well, mainly just Henley, fighting for playoff positioning as they are right now in position to take a play-in spot. At least that's what we have right now. Mazama's leading at half over Klamath Union 27-23. That was the last score update we got there. And if Mazama holds on to win that game over Klamath Union, they will be Skyline Conference champions by the end of the night, leaving Henley in a playoff game. We'll take a look at the standings and the playoff qualifications next as we continue the halftime show on MyBasin.com. We're at half, 27-18, the Hornets lead. On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 960 Sports. A little bit later on tonight, 27-18 halftime score tonight, and they give a round of applause to these Phoenix students who performed here at halftime tonight. Got to say they did a pretty good job. I always love the halftime performances here at Phoenix High School, and they do such a great job with their new high school that they opened in 2020. Interesting time they picked to open up a high school through no fault of their own. Their athletic director, Dave Earhart, always gracious to us when we come by his building and appreciate the work that him and his staff do. We're at halftime tonight, 27-18 the score. The Phoenix Pirates trailing the Henley Hornets. And again, this game important for Skyline Conference playoff qualifications. We are we're one of two conferences that has not officially designated who is earning which spot in their conference. So you talk about it. Mazama is at the top of the conference with a 7-2 record. Henley is 6-3, and Hidden Valley is 6-3. Last we heard, I might have an update for you, but I actually don't. So last we heard, it was halftime between Mazama and Klamath Union, and Mazama led 29-23. If they hold on to win that game, they will be Skyline Conference champions. And then it is up to Henley and Hidden Valley to figure out where they're seated in the play-in game. Now, this is where things tend to get a little bit interesting when you talk about the playoffs, because there is a legitimate possibility that if Henley holds on to win tonight, that Hidden Valley would also make the playoffs still into the play-in game, I should say. And that is mainly what they're looking for. It looks like we've got the talent middle school teams out here, which is pretty awesome. But my point is you don't know who is going to host the Skyline Conference playoff game because, well, Hidden Valley, even if they hold on to win, let's say all of the teams win tonight at the top of the conference. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that Henley and Hidden Valley are still tied for second at the end of the night. Well, Henley has the better overall record, so you would think that they would end up finished second place in the Skyline Conference, therefore host the play-in game. But Hidden Valley is ranked 13th. So it's again a possibility that they could also host a play-in game. It's very interesting the way it's all going to work out because the conference winners, there's 6 conferences in the 4A classification, 6 conference winners plus 2 at-large bids get into the playoffs, the 4A state playoffs for boys and girls basketball. You have 8 play-in teams that will win their play-in games and move on to the tournament as well. And then that is how you trim those 16 down to 8 to get into the Elite 8 tournament. All of it is decided tonight at midnight. We find out who the seedings are because the rankings freeze tonight for 4A boys and girls basketball. It's going to be an exciting evening. You're hoping that the Hornets can hold on to this 27-18 lead that they've created themselves. We'll see if they can do it as we start the second half next on mybasin.com.
Trying to lose some weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
Well, we welcome you back to the mybasin.com Game of the Week. Good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. I'm joined by Nick Bradford running the camera for you, and Alex Stork is going to join the broadcast a little bit later on. Right now, just getting ready for the third quarter of the girls varsity basketball contest, 27-18, the Henley Hornets lead. And it's going to be Hornets basketball to start this second half. There you see Dave Earhart. Annie Campos kicking it over to Martino. It is the 5 on the floor for the Hornets. It is Campos, Maddox, Northcutt, Sharp, and Martino. A kickball violation will give possession to the Pirates. The 5 on the floor for them. Well, it's the same 5 that started the game. Morgan James, McKinnon Nolan, Kyle Potratz, Annabelle Delgado, and Ruby Rector. And James kicking it over. A 3-point shot taken but missed by Rector. A putback attempt by Potratz, and she gets fouled, so she will head to the line for 2. She's taken her first and second free throws of the evening right now. Well, little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home, and Coldwell Banker Homeland Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Homeland Premier Realty today. Second free throw from Potratz coming up, and that one is good. So the score now 27-19. Trimming it down to 8 as Kyla Potratz scores her first point of the night. Campos bringing it around the far side, kicks it out to Martino. She shoots, no good. Campos gets the long rebound. Pardon me, that was Sharp. Over to Maddox. She kicks it to Campos. Fires from 22. Back iron, no good. Ball out of bounds. Possession, Pirates. Inbound pass goes to James. She brings it up along the far side. Crosses the timeline. Picked up by Madeline Sharp. Kicking it to Delgado. Delgado, top of the key, bothered by Martino. Martino plays good perimeter defense for this Hornets team, although all of them do really for granted. This is a defensive-minded team heading into a potential play-in and play-off berth as a foul. Again, the play-in game is not technically a play-off game, so I've got to be careful with my terminology. But that's what Henley's playing for tonight, is a play-in game, a shot at the state tournament. Inbound pass goes to James. James, long pass is out of bounds, so possession will go to the Hornets. Annie Campos bringing it up the floor, bouncing it inside to Northcutt. Northcutt kicks it out to Campos, bringing it around, free throw line jumper for Annie, and she banks it in. 10-point game now as Annie Campos scores her 7th point of the evening, extending the lead to double digits. And now it's Potratz kicking it to Nolan. Nolan crosses to her right, kicking it to Potratz. Far side now to Delgado. Now to Nolan, tied up by Northcutt. And James has it. Potratz near in the near corner. Spins around to her left, kicking it to James again. James coming around, left elbow, loses a handle on it, swiped away by Northcutt, and Campos picks it up. Annie Campos bringing it up, tries to cross left, gets fouled on the drive, and see who they charge this foul to, as Henley's already picked up 2 team fouls, this one going against the Pirates. And they're calling it on Morgan James. And so Maddox over to Martino, back to Maddox. Bouncing it inside to Northcutt. She's thought about stepping back for a mid-range shot, kicking it outside to Campos. She drives all the way to the rim, can't get it done. Potratz and Campos battling for the rebound, and a held ball, possession Hornets. Good scramble for that basketball by Annie Campos. And so it'll be Northcutt to inbound, gets it right to Sharp, and she banks it in. 2 more points for Madeline Sharp. She's got 4 tonight. And kicking it over to James. James bringing it near side, throwing it to Nolan, near corner. Nolan passing it over to Potratz. Potratz trying to drive inside, goes up off the glass, no good. And Northcutt gets the board. Campos now bringing it up. Annie Campos has got 7 tonight. Kicking it over to Maddox. Long 3. Front iron, no good. Getting the putback, or at least an attempt, was Northcutt. She misses. Campos gets the 3rd opportunity and a foul. That's what I've been saying. Offensive rebounding is the key for this Hornets offense. They at least tonight, they've missed their fair share of mid-range shots and 3-point shots. But Campos and Sharp and Northcutt there to clean up the mess. They've been there all night as Campos toes the line and makes her first free throw. And by the way, those girls that I mentioned, leading scoring tonight for Henley. Sharp's got 4. Campos now with 8, looking for her 9th and can't get it. Northcutt, who I've mentioned, has got 5 tonight. Anna Harper has 7. She's not in the game right now, but she's been there for many offensive rebounding opportunities. As a matter of fact, I stand corrected. Harper's just checked into the game for the Hornets. Pass intended for Nolan, picked away by Northcutt. Northcutt tries to throw it ahead to Maddox, has it ripped away by Potratz, and a foul, possession Phoenix. And so 19 points for the Pirates with 5:01 to go in the third. 32 for Henley tonight as the Hornets lead. Lofting it ahead to James. James makes contact with Campos, turning the corner, and Campos going to be hit with a foul there. That'll be the 4th Hornets team foul. And so Annie going to stay in the game. That's only her 2nd foul. Pass ahead to James, kicking it near corner. Long 2 from Nolan, no good. Campos with the rebound. Campos ahead to Martino in transition. Off the glass, no good, but a foul called, and Martino heads to the line. So Rector picks up her first foul, 3rd team foul for the Pirates, and Martino goes to the line. She will miss her first. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. And it looks like a lane violation on the 2nd free throw. It will keep the score 32-19, 4:46 to go in the 3rd. The Hornets lead. James gets the inbound pass for the Pirates. She kicks it ahead to Rector, now back to James. James to Rector. Rector tossing it to Delgado. Delgado handing it off to Nolan. Nolan at the free throw line. Outside, now to James. Back to Potratz. Potratz kicking it over to Rector. Rector trying to drive baseline, up with the shot, and nice touch there by Rector. Makes the score 32-21. Rector recording her first 2 points of the night, and Coach Winter calls time. 32-21, 4:16 to go in the 3rd. The Hornets lead.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I love to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Welcome you back to the MyBasin.com game of the week. We're in the third quarter, 32-21 the score. The Henley Hornets are in the lead, 4:16 to go in this third period. And Phoenix has competed here in the third, although they've had trouble trimming the lead. They've had some answers back from Annie Campos, who's made a free throw, and also Ryan Maddox with a long two. Ruby Rector just scored her first couple of points for the Pirates tonight, and the score, 32-21. Henley starts with the basketball. Ryan Maddox has it, top of the key. She thought about a three, kicking it near side to Campos. She has an uncontested look, clangs it off the front of the rim, loose ball, and a whistle against Henley. I think they got Campos for her third. And they did. Fifth team foul for the Hornets. Want to cool down on the team fouls, I think, at this point. If you're Henley, you've already got 5. You still got about 12 minutes to play with 4 minutes left in this quarter and then 8 in the fourth. A long three taken, but rolls out. Northcutt gets the rebound, and now over to Campos. And she will bring it across the timeline for the Lady Hornets. Over to Harper. Harper now to Maddox, top of the key. Maddox takes a long three, rims out, no good. Campos battles for the glass, puts it on the deck, goes to work down low, misses the first shot, grabs the rebound, puts it back up and in. 34-21, Annie Campos got 2 more points. That makes 11 for her tonight. 10. As James steps into a three, no good for Phoenix. That was a rebound by Rector. Her putback attempt no good, and Campos brings it up the floor. Now driving into the free throw line, spinning right. A beautiful pass into Martino, but she can't convert. And Annie Campos, I mean, that is just slick passing from the sophomore. Even though Martino couldn't convert on that, that was an incredible pass for Campos. As Madeline Sharp will check into the game for Jewel Northcutt. Also for Phoenix, Alam Muhammad will check in for McKenna Nolan. And so Potrats will inbound, getting it to James. And James hustles up the floor, trying to work a little bit quicker. Now are the Pirates. Getting it inside to James. She tries to drive baseline, steps back, spins out, and I believe she stepped out of bounds. And that is the case. So it'll be Hornets basketball. We'll remind you tonight that starting in about 5 minutes, the Oregon Tech Lady Owls and Cascade Collegiate Conference playoff action will keep you updated in their game against Bushnell tonight as the Lady Owls begin a quest towards a national tournament berth. They are the 5 seed in this tournament, so it's a long shot, but nothing is impossible. We'll keep you updated on that score tonight. And so a foul against, this is going to be a long fourth quarter, foul against Henley. That'll be the 7th team foul for the Hornets, so free throws the rest of the way for the Pirates. Potrats at the line, shooting 1-1. She makes her first. Makes her 2 for 3 for the evening from the penalty stripe. And she makes her second as well. Those are all of her points tonight. But she does make it an 11-point game. 34-23, 2:23 to go in the game. Annie Campos driving left side, outside to Maddox. She thought about 3, inside to Harper, putting it on the deck, and ball goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets after the tip. So Martino Kicking outside to Maddox. She fires three. Can't get it to go. Muhammad with the rebound. And James bringing it up. Now over to Delgado. Delgado backs up beyond the arc. Comes around the screen. Fires a triple. No good. Potratz with the rebound. She steps back. Tries to kick it back outside to Delgado. And now to Rector. Rector spinning around. Kicking it to Potratz. And now to James in the near corner. James ahead to Rector. She drives inside. Off the glass, no good. Rebound up for grabs and a whistle. Possession Hornets. The reason I say that this second half is going to be a little bit longer than the first is because of these team fouls. Henley's already accrued 7. And Phoenix has got 3. They're not too far off. 1:41 to go in the third. And we've got time. The Henley Hornets lead by 11, 34-23.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
We welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. Right now in the third quarter, 34-23. The Lady Hornets up by 11. They hold on to win tonight. They will secure themselves a play-in game. And a win here would definitely go a long way for the 16th ranked Henley Hornets, at least 16th in the state. And so Annie Campos, who by the way is playing with 3 fouls, brings it up the floor, kicks it to Harper. Long two, won't go. Sharp with the rebound. She battles for it, misses, gets another rebound, and finally Madeline Sharp converts. And another opportunity where it takes the Hornets 3 tries to get it done, but they battle on the glass every time, and they do. Madeline Sharp's got 6 points tonight. And so it is Delgado zipping it inside to James. She tries to make a run at it, spins around, banks it in. James has got 6 points tonight. On the other side, Maddox is hacked on the shot, and she will head to the line. Ryan Maddox so far tonight, 1 for 2 from the penalty stripe, and we'll get 2 more opportunities here. Well, if you want to stay in shape and be involved in a sport you love, you might earn a little bit of money in the process, you should become an athletic official. There's a shortage of officials in Oregon, and we need you now more than ever. Visit osaa.org/officials for more information and to get yourself registered. So the second free throw coming up from Maddox after she missed her first. And there's the second one. That's good for the senior. And Maddox now with 7 points tonight. And she's pressing Potratz. Now Scaff is pressured by Sharp. James loses the ball. Tries to kick it to Mohammed. Mohammed back to James. James zipping it over to Nolan. Nolan thought about stepping into 3 at the free throw line. Kicks it to Mohammed. 19-foot jumper, no good. And Martino racing it up the floor. She throws it far side over to Harper. Harper puts it on the deck, spins back outside to Campos. Campos head fakes a 3. Beautiful pass inside to Sharp. She takes it home. It can't go. Sharp tries to get the rebound, but it's ripped away by James. 24 seconds now left to go in the third. 37-25. James cross-court pass to Delgado. Long two, won't go. Campos now has it. She throws it ahead to Maddox. In transition, Ryan Maddox finishes at the rim. 39-25, 6 seconds to go. And Phoenix could get off a quick shot. Now 3 seconds. James at the perimeter. 1 second. Heaves up a shot. No good. 39-25. Henley's distanced themselves by 14 as they try to seal up a play-in spot to get to the OSAA playoffs. We'll talk about that during the fourth quarter, and of course keep you updated on what's happening at Oregon Tech tonight as they begin their journey in the Cascade Collegiate Conference playoffs. Details and all that as we continue the festivities here tonight. Headed to the fourth, 39-25 Henley.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Fourth quarter action getting started here tonight from Phoenix High School is 39-25 the score. The Henley Hornets lead as they look to cling on to this one and secure themselves a spot in the play-in round in the USA playoffs. As the five on the floor for the Hornets, Melody Martino, Ryan Maddox, Annie Campos, Anna Harper, and Jewel Northcutt. The shot from Potratz is going to be called a foul. So this is something to keep track of as we enter the fourth quarter. 8 team fouls now for the Hornets. So Phoenix in the bonus the rest of the game. 2 more fouls puts them in the double bonus, which means they'll be shooting 2 free throws every time instead of the normal 1 and 1, as the first free throw from Potratz is no good. And again, is a shooting foul, obviously, so Potratz at the line for 2 here. She's already sunk 3 of 4, make it a 3 of 5 after that miss you just saw. Second free throw coming up. That one will bounce in. 39-26. And so Campos bring it up the floor, getting it over to Harper. Harper driving to the rim, has it swiped away. Martino tries to save it from going out of bounds. And a foul called underneath the bucket. I think they're charging this one to Rector. And that'll be the 5th Phoenix team foul. So possibility for Henley to try to draw some contact and potentially get into the bonus themselves. Maddox taking it strong to the rim, and that's a beautiful floater from the senior Ryan Maddox. Continued to impress this afternoon. 41-26 the score. Taking it coast to coast and then kicking out to Rector. She clangs it, no good. James goes back up with the shot, and she gets fouled. $11 points tonight for Ryan Maddox, and the finger roll there was the latest addition to what's been a stellar night for the senior in her last regular season game as a Henley Hornet. Morgan James' first of 2 is good. Score now 41-27. Second free throw from James is also good. And so she goes 2 for 2. Score 41-28, 7:10 to go in the fourth. And so it's Harper with it. Harper bouncing it intended. I'm not quite sure who it was intended for. Either way, it was picked away by Nolan. Loose ball at half court. Delgado gets it, and she will bring it up the floor for the Pirates. Delgado moving along the right side. Bringing it back left, top of the key, right at the big Pirates logo, midcourt. Between the circles, Delgado brings around to her right side, tries to drive right block, kicks it outside to Nolan. Now over to Potratz. She fires 3, no good. Northcutt with the rebound. Tries to get it to Martino, and she stepped out. Very close. I think the corner of her shoe may have stepped out there, but right call regardless. Unfortunate for Martino. Phoenix inbounds it to James. James over to Rector. Now to James, back inside to Delgado. Delgado brings it alongside, outside the arc. Trying to drive inside, gets some room in the paint, and a foul. She's going to go to the line for 2. Free throws are an avenue back into this game for Phoenix. Create some contact and get yourself some free throws. And for Henley, that's what you want to avoid, is now 10 team fouls. Every foul from here on out earns Phoenix 2 free throws. Here's the first. And it's good. Delgado shooting her first and second tonight. She is the leading scorer for the Pirates. She's got 13 tonight, trying to make it 14 with a bucket here. And she does. And so the score now, an 11-point differential. 41-30. Henley still leads. Martino bouncing it to Harper. Harper trying to find Sharp near side. Sharp drives baseline. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Pirates. And it'll be Henley basketball. So inbound pass. Going to find its way back to Northcutt, who fires from 17. Won't go. Ball out of bounds. Possession Hornets. Inbound pass to Maddox. Far corner three, and it's good for Ryan Maddox. Her second three of the night, and that one rattled home to make it 44-30. Under 6 to go in the fourth. Delgado has it now, top of the key. She finds James far side. James puts it on the deck, has her pocket picked by Northcutt, but Delgado gathers, fires three, no good. Harper with the rebound. Kicking it ahead to Martino. Martino bringing it across the timeline, bouncing it to Maddox near side. Maddox faces a double team, tries to dribble away out of it, tries to bounce it to Martino. Picked away by Rector, and Rector knocks it out of bounds. Inbound pass to Martino. Martino bouncing it over to Harper. Harper kicking it over to Sharp, trying to get it inside to Northcutt, and it's picked away by James, but a foul is going to earn Phoenix free throws. And so that is also the third foul for Northcutt, just something to keep track of as we come down the home stretch of this 14-point ball game. James trying to trim the deficit. She's 2 for 2 from the line tonight, and getting her first, it is no good. And 11 team fouls now for Henley. Still only 5 for Phoenix as James' second free throw is good, 41-31. Martino lofting it ahead to Maddox, bringing it around, top of the key, trying to get it inside to Harper, but the ball will roll out of bounds. Just an unfortunate miscommunication, I think, between Maddox and Harper there. And that'll tend to happen. You hope to have those things ironed out by this point in the season, but that's why we play the games after all. As James brings it across the timeline for the Pirates, has it picked away by Northcutt, but Delgado scrambles for it. Delgado bringing it around the world, now along the right side, and a timeout is called by Coach Chelsea Winter. We'll take one too, 44-31 with 5 to go in the fourth. The Henley Hornets are in the lead.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com game of the week. 44-31 with 5 to go in the fourth. The Henley Hornets holding on to this one. They're keeping the Pirates at arm's distance. They came into this half with a 14-point lead, and the Pirates have trimmed it to 13. They trimmed it to 11 at one point, and then Henley got back out. Now 13-point differential. As the Pirates will start with the ball, kicking it outside to Rector, to James for three. Front iron no good. James follows her shot with the rebound and the putback for Morgan James. Makes things interesting, 44-33, back down to 11-point game. James is coming alive here in the second half. Three-pointer missed for Henley, and a foul called on the rebound, likely going to go against Northcutt. And this is free throws for the Pirates. So James tonight come alive in the second half. She finished the first half with just 4 points, and now has got 7 here in this second half. 11-4 on the game, if you did the math. And she has a chance at some more free throws here. By the way, Northcutt picking up her fourth foul there with 4.5 to go in the fourth. First free throw from James is good, makes it a 10-point game, a chance to trim the lead to single digits here and truly make this one interesting. James, free throw, back iron, no good. And Harper bringing it up the floor. Now to Campos. Campos crossing left, driving left block. Kicks it outside to Harper. Harper to Sharp from 19 feet out, throws it to Martino, top of the key. Martino at the left elbow, bouncing it outside to Harper, now to Campos. Campos thought about three, driving inside, pops from 11, no good. Rebound, Phoenix, and a held ball. Possession, Hornets. So it'll remain a 10-point game for now. Again, the Hornets doing a good job of keeping the Pirates at arm's length, although that arm seems to be shortening. Campos comes inside, misses the first shot, and James rips away the rebound. She brings it up the floor. James thought about taking the lane, kicking it over to Rector from 18, won't go, and Harper gets the rebound. Ahead to Campos. Campos tries to go left, thinks about taking it right, now kicks it over to Harper. Harper zipping it inside to Martino. Taken away by Northcutt on the loose ball. Inside to Sharp. Loose ball. Sharp falls on it. And Campos trying to get it from her teammate. A handful of bodies right there on the baseline. And a held ball. Possession goes Pirates. And that was a tough play for Sharp to make underneath the bucket. I think she might have been a little bit too deep in there by the time Northcutt wanted to get the pass off to her. And so Ryan Maddox is checked into the game for Anna Harper. Although we still could see more of her as Jewel Northcutt is playing with 4 fouls. Driving inside was Nolan. She misses the shot. The rebound ripped away by Sharp. And she's going to get fouled. This will be the 6th Phoenix team foul. And it'll be Hornets basketball as well. 3rd foul on McKenna Nolan, as she's been held scoreless so far tonight. Campos walking it up the floor. Zipping it over to Martino. Martino now to Maddox, top of the key. Maddox dribbles in, which takes what she thought might be a shot, but James rips away the pass. James ahead to Delgado in transition, and a foul on the shot will send Delgado to the line for 2. So far tonight, Annabelle Delgado, perfect from the penalty stripe, although just 2 attempts. She gets some more looks at the rim here. The first free throw's no good. Still a chance to make it a single-digit ball game with a made free throw here. That one is good. 9-point game, timeout on the floor. We'll take 1-2. 44-35 Henley, 3:08 to go in the 4th on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
Back into the game as Henley's got possession. Putting up a shot right out of the break is Ryan Maddox as she answers back 46-35. And Maddox tonight continuing to pour it in. James tries to drive the right side, goes up with the shot, collects her own rebound, kicks it outside to Nolan. Nolan lofting it to Delgado as it goes out of bounds. $16 points for Ryan Maddox tonight as she is put on a display here at Phoenix High School. Ryan Maddox with the inbound as well, trying to bring it along left side. Beautiful bounce pass inside to Northcutt, and she's fouled on the shot. And that was a slick feed from Maddox. And while, yes, she can score, she can also pass. Northcutt going to the line. She's 2 for 3 from the penalty stripe tonight. And the first free throw from Northcutt rims out. Trying to make it a 10-point ball game once more. 2.5 to go in the game. And again, we have the boys varsity contest coming up for you after this one right here on mybasin.com. Northcutt sinks the second free throw, 47-35. And it's back up to a 12-point game. James has a free lane to the rim and brings it back to a 10-point game. Annie Campos in transition over to Maddox. She drives baseline high off the glass, and that's good for Ryan Maddox as she extends the lead back up to 12. Inbound to Rector. Well, not necessarily an inbound, but an inlet pass. The shot was no good, so now to Potratz. Delgado, top of the key with it. Now to James. James chucks a three, rims out, no good. Rector with the rebound. She puts it back. That's no good. And Sharp with the rebound. She hands it off to Campos as Annie brings it up the floor. Annie moving around the right side. She thinks about driving right baseline, high off the glass. Annie Campos with the soft touch to bring the lead back to 14. And Melody Martino strips the ball in transition. Martino, 2-on-2 fast break with Maddox. High off the glass, no. And Northcutt will shoot two after the follow-up and a foul. And so Jewel Northcutt headed to the line. She's got 6 points tonight. And she is 4 for 6 from the line. Free throw there from Northcutt is good. It looked like it was good. Net didn't move at all, but it is good. And so Northcutt's second free throw coming up as Maddox and Martino have checked out. Gracie Poe, and I believe Maya Mock is checked into the game. His second free throw is no good. 52-37, a minute 9 to go in the game. And like I said, Gracie Poe and Maya Mock have checked into the game for the Hornets. James with a three to answer, no good. She follows her own shot, puts it on the deck, high off the glass, the foul and the bucket. Morgan James with two and trying to make it three the old-fashioned way. At the line for James, she is 4 of 6 from the line tonight. Taylor Lee checking into the game for the Hornets, and out comes Madeline Sharp and Jewel Northcutt. And we also have Chanel Balbin checking into the game for the Hornets. And the free throw from James is good. Timeout called. We'll take 1-2. Under a minute to go in this one. Henley clinging on to this lead. 52-40 with 56 seconds to go in the ball game.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in. How to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we're back at the MyBasin.com Game of the Week, coming to you live from Phoenix High School tonight. 52-40. My apologies there. It's a 12-point game. 56 seconds to go in the fourth. 5 on the floor for the Hornets. Maya Mock, Gracie Poe, Annie Campos, Taylor Lee, and Chanel Balbin. As Annie Campos brings up the floor, she drives left and tries to bounce it inside to Chanel Balbin. It goes out of bounds. Possession Pirates. And so it is Delgado who brings it up. She goes left, crosses right, now back to her left. Bouncing it over to Rector, who brings it around top of the key. Rector dishing it ahead. Now Nolan has got it. Nolan driving inside, throws one off the glass. No good. Rebound snagged by Campos. Campos going to slow things down. The ball stripped away by Potratz. One-on-one against Campos. Potratz throws it in. Now a 10-point game with 21 seconds left to go. And while that was a nice steal, scoop, and score by Potratz, won't much affect the final score in this one. 12 seconds left to go. 10 now. 52-42 the score. Henley going to hold on to this one and improve on the season to 7-3 in league play, 14-9 on the season as the final buzzer sounds. The Henley Hornets have got themselves a play-in game, likely one where they host. We'll tell you what that means coming up next on the MyBasin.com post-game show. As a final score tonight, 52-42 from Phoenix High School. The Hornets win.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them, and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. As the final score tonight, the Lady Hornets clinching this one on the road, 52-42. Hornets led in scoring tonight by 16 points from Ryan Maddox, 12 from Annie Campos, 9 from the freshman Anna Harper, 7 for Jewel Northcutt tonight, and 6 for Madeline Sharp. And although she took 2 free throws tonight, Melody Martino ended the game scoreless, but played an incredible defensive evening here at Phoenix High School. For the Phoenix girls, 17 points for Morgan James, 14 for Annabelle Delgado, 6 for Kyla Potratz, and 2 for Ruby Rector, your scorers for the Phoenix Pirates. With this win tonight, Henley has sealed themselves a play-in game. As far as we know, Mazama held on to win against Klamath Union. Let's try to find a score update for you there. Yes, final 56-41 Mazama, so congratulations to Coach Joy Lease and the Mazama Lady Vikings. They are the Skyline Conference champions. They wrap up their season 8-2. Meantime, Henley finishes 7-3. Still awaiting to find out what happens at Hidden Valley, although I received a text from Jesse Hamilton, who knows a lot more about high school bracketology than I do, the athletic director at Henley High School. He says that when Hidden Valley and Henley, if they end up tied, HV would end up as the 2 seed coming out of the Skyline Conference because they have the tiebreaker over us. And then Henley will be the number 3 out of the Skyline Conference, although because Henley is ranked 16th, the likelihood of them hosting a play-in game is high. So the Hornets awaiting the final seeding here tonight. And again, the play-in game, which the Hornets will play this weekend, is to play into the state tournament, which is held, they play a first-round matchup on the 4th and the 5th, and then they go to Marshfield High School and North Bend High School on the 10th through the 12th for the 4A state tournament. So 8 teams get a home playoff game in a round of 16. The 8 winners go to the Elite 8 bracket at Marshfield High School and North Bend High School. That is March 10th through the 12th. So that's what the Hornets got to look forward to It's going to be an exciting finish to the season. The Hornets have afforded themselves at least one more game. The rankings freeze tonight, so we find out if Henley is going to be hosting or traveling come this weekend. Although if you're Coach Denson, you're definitely dang proud of these girls for the adversity that they've battled through this season. Heck, they lost their best player, one of their best players, at the very beginning of the season. Beth Hamilton has been on the bench wearing a knee brace for most of the year, and yet the Hornets, they still found a way to get it done. They finished 7-3 in Skyline Conference play and will get to play once more in the play-in round. Again, the rankings freeze tonight, so we'll know more details tomorrow, so stick tuned to mybasin.com as we take a look at the playoff brackets tomorrow morning, and of course on the radio, 104.3 and 960 Sports. Going to be joined by the radio audience in just a bit as we get ready for the boys varsity contest. Going to take a brief intermission here on the broadcast and then be back with mybasin.com game of the week on 104.3 and 960. Final score tonight, the Henley Lady Hornets holding on the road 52-42 over the Phoenix Pirates. And welcome basketball fans to another edition of Henley Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video coming to you on mybasin.com. We're coming to you live from Phoenix High School tonight, the site of this Skyline Conference game between the Phoenix Pirates and the Henley Hornets. Good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. I'm joined tonight by Nick Bradford and Alex Stork joining me in the booth, or I guess here in the bleachers at Phoenix High School. Getting ready for this boys varsity contest. Alex, the Henley boys have already clinched the conference. But you have the undefeated season to play for on the line tonight, and I think that's what this team is playing for this evening. It's not necessarily about playoff seeding. You kind of know where you're going to be there. It's about preserving this undefeated season, which is a great story.
It is. Coach Hammond told me tonight he has never gone 10-0 in the Skyline in his time at Henley as the head coach, so something to play for there. He also says that he's never beat Phoenix and gone and won the league title. So I want to get this right. He said he's never beat Phoenix at Phoenix and won the league title in the same year. So there's a couple of things to play for tonight for the Hornets.
That's interesting. It seems like every week we've got some new, interesting, in-depth fact from Luke Hammond about how he's never done this in any season except for this season, which makes it special.
He's always a statistician. I love him. He always pulls out a stat that no one's ever heard of or thought of. So I've always appreciated that about Coach Hammond. And more than anything, if you're Henley, you want to be playing your best basketball moving into the playoff round. And after tonight, they're potentially going to have 10 days off before their next playoff game. So you really want to be playing your best, and really how you do anything, how you do everything is how you do anything this week and heading into playoffs, so that you really want to be playing good basketball. They're going to be down a few guys tonight, which I know we're going to be talking about, so that's going to be a challenge. But how are they going to respond to some adversity, especially before going to the playoffs?
Really looking forward to see how the Hornets deal with it tonight. Can Luke Hammond beat the Phoenix Pirates for the first time and claim the league championship, probably for the first time on the fourth Tuesday in February? It's 2/22/2022. Anything can happen, and Coach Hammond knows it. We're here live at Phoenix High School tonight, ready for boys basketball action next on MyBasin.
On Top Tree Service, one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Getting ready for action here this evening as we meet the starting five for the Phoenix Pirates. Starting senior, number 3, Jack Monroe. Also a junior, number 10, Jenner Selden. Number 15, a senior, Miguel Valdez. Number 23, a sophomore, 5'11", Dylan Harper. And number 33, a junior, 6'5", Julius Bolstad. The starting five for your Henley Hornets: number 4, Drew Frank. Number 10, Eli Hayes. Number 22, Owen Sheen. Number 24, Luke Bennett. Number 32, Austin Fitz. And Alex, we talked about a little before the game. Henley, they're down Blaine Boersma, Shaw Stork, and rotation player Marcus McCready. They're going to have to replace some firepower tonight in the lineup.
They are. Coach was talking about that a little bit before the game, saying that they have a thin bench, but he said they're going to use it as an opportunity for guys to get more minutes and potentially even guys that haven't got out on the court this year to get in there and face some adversity right before the playoffs.
Well, now's the time to do it as we are ready for basketball tonight. The tip is won by Henley as they will go from right to left this evening. They are in their road navy blue uniforms with Henley written in cursive across the front. And it's got to be Owen Sheen now, top of the key with it. He tries to zip it to Eli Hayes, far corner. Hayes is going to be bothered by Harper. El Valdez.
I'm expecting a little bit of longer possessions tonight for Henley. Control the tempo, long possessions on offense, tough half-court defense.
Drew Frank inside the paint, kicks it outside to Bennett. He pops from 3 on the far side and splashes it for Bennett. That's a great way to get things started for Henley tonight.
Really good opportunity for Luke tonight. Going to get a lot of minutes. We'll see how he responds on both sides of the floor.
Bennett's a knockdown shooter, has been all season long, but he's only averaging about 8 points per game in the time that he's been able to play. Still pretty good when you consider how the rest of his team scores. Blaine Boersma, the leading scorer, out tonight. He averages about 12 in league play. Phoenix, Miguel Valdez now on the right wing. He's going to hand it off to Selden, who brings it around top of the key. Selden kicks it to Monroe, now over to Harper on the left wing. Top of the key goes Valdez. Valdez puts on the deck, drives right block, goes strong with his right hand, and lays it up and in. Miguel Valdez strikes first tonight for Phoenix. Owen Sheen kicking it to Frank in transition. Frank tries to get it back outside to Fitz. Loose ball goes out of bounds and saved by Valdez and the Pirates. And so it's going to be Valdez bringing it up the floor, trying to find someone top of the key. It's Selden, kicks it near side to Bolstad. Bolstad back to Selden. Bringing it around between the circles. Selden picked up by Hayes, now kicks it over to Valdez on the left wing. Valdez back top of the key to Harper. Harper picked up by Frank, now Valdez on the far side. Valdez dribbles, thought about a long 2. Selden now over to Harper. Harper kicking it out to Valdez. Valdez fakes going right, takes it left, stops inside. Back outside to Harper. Now to Selden to Valdez on the left wing. Guarded by Sheen. Sheen tries to swipe at it, but Valdez lets it go to Harper. Harper stops from the free throw line. High arcing shot. No good, and Bennett skies for the rebound. Kicks it to Hayes, ahead to Frank. Frank loses a handle on it for a second. Gets it back over to Hayes. Hayes thought about a 3, bouncing it over to Owen Sheen, far corner. Sheen puts it on the deck, stops from 17, fires, a lot of bounces around the rim, doesn't go. Austin Fitz cleans up the glass and gets the layup. Now a 5-2 ball game. Henley leads, 5.5 to go in the first. Valdez over to Bolstad. Bolstad picked up by Fitz, now to Monroe. Monroe puts it on the deck along the left elbow, kicks it outside to Valdez. Valdez bringing it around. Living on that left wing so far, zips it over to Selden, top of the key. Selden goes to his right, spins left, now at the right elbow. He's going to bounce it outside to Monroe. Monroe kicks it back outside to Selden. He drives inside against Eli Hayes, goes up, but Eli stands stout on the defensive end. Takeaway by Selden. Passing it ahead to Harper, an easy layup.
Nice play there in the backcourt on the steal. Nice pass for an easy layup.
Henley having to battle the press a little bit. Kicking it ahead to Sheen. Sheen thought about 3, drives inside against Bolstad, kicks it to Bennett near corner, over to Hayes, left wing 3, front iron no good. Rebound snagged by Harper. 5-4, 4:43 to go in the first, and the Henley Hornets lead. Kicking it over to Selden. Selden putting it on the deck, driving right baseline, bouncing at Bolstad. Far corner 3, no good. Rebound snagged by Selden. He pump fakes, goes up against Sheen, gets the bucket and the foul.
Really nice position there on the offensive rebound. Pump fake, draws the foul. Good finish. You're going to get a chance at another one for an and one.
So Jenner Selden heads to the line, shooting his or anyone's first free throw this evening.
You know, Josh, I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix actually tries to speed Henley up tonight. You can see there they're going with the platoon sub, meaning 5 guys for 5 guys. They're going to try to use their depth advantage against Henley tonight. Henley being a little bit shorthanded with a light bench. Phoenix is going to try everything they can to speed this game up. That's why we've seen the early pressure, bringing 5 on for 5.
You know, I've seen this happen before for Phoenix. They did it to Klamath Union a couple seasons ago. Now that night for Phoenix, they shot about 70% from 3. Don't expect that to happen tonight, but they do employ that platoon setup, like you said.
I think they would like for that to happen tonight if they could.
A charge down low against Luke Bennett and a turnover, so the Pirates will take it. They lead 6-5 after the missed free throw from Jenner Selden. And Jackson Selden has checked in, number 11 for Phoenix. So you've got these twins, junior twins. Jenner, the starters, 5'7", and number 11, Jackson, is 5'9". Into the game also is Trenbeth, a sophomore, 5'10", checked into the game for Phoenix. As it's Selden kicking it along, far side over to Brown. Brown guarded by Aiden Hayes, who's checked into the game. Now Joe Sudi guarding Brown as Brown drives inside. Now over to Stubbs. Stubbs takes baseline, tries to kick it out to Trenbeth, and he travels.
Nice team defense there from the Hornets. Forced baseline where their help was. Nice job staying in front there, forcing the turnover.
Yeah, as a basketball coach, I'd be curious your opinion on this. These guys who are getting into the rotation tonight, I think it's going to be easier to adjust on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side of the ball. But the thing for Henley is their defense has been stout all season long. Would you see that from guys like Aiden Hayes, who haven't necessarily, they've been on the team obviously, but haven't gotten game minutes in this Henley defense?
It's a really great point. It's never easy to play with guys that you've never played with in games. You can simulate it as much as you want in practice, but having game experience is so much different than any other experience. So we'll see tonight how it shakes out.
Eli Hayes fires for 3, won't get it. Joe Sudi on the attempted putback gets fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2. Henley so far this season, just a 53% free throw shooting team. Joe Sudi, who's come off the bench for the most part this season, averaging about 1.5 points per game. But he's long, and he's a good defender.
He is, and I expect Joe to be an X factor tonight. He's going to get more minutes tonight than he has all season long. He's a great defender. He can really shoot it, so expect Joe to be an X factor in tonight's game.
Sudi, a 1-for-1 trip at the line, ties the game at 6 with 3:41 to go in the first. Selden brings it up top of the key. He's going to kick it over to Trenbeth. Oh, pardon me. All right, well, now Stubbs has it. Stubbs over to Selden, who drives baseline, kicks it back out to Stubbs. Now Trenbeth has it, brings it between the circles, and he's going to kick it over to Talbot. Talbot now over to Brown. Now to Trenbeth, top of the key. Puts it on the deck, over to Selden. Selden fakes left, goes right, brings it back, top of the key. He's going to zip it over to Brown. Now back top of the key to Trenbeth. He gets it over to Stubbs. Perimeter passing for Phoenix, broken up by Henley. And Joe Sudi with the takeaway. Ahead now to Frank. Frank picked up by Trenbeth, near corner. Bouncing it inside to Aiden Hayes. Outside to Sheen. Near corner, 3 won't go. And Brown skies for the rebound. Still knotted at 6. 2:50 to go in the first. Near corner look for Trenbeth. He passes it up, puts it on the deck, dishes it outside to Selden. Now over to Talbot. Talbot on the left wing, putting it inside, and now over to Stubbs. Getting it over to Trenbeth. Trenbeth along the left side, getting it to Stubbs, who goes strong to the rim, misses, gets his own rebound, outside to Selden. Selden, a nice little no-look pass to Brown, and then finally it ends up in the hands of Talbot on the left wing. Phoenix having trouble getting the ball inside. There's now a handoff to Brown, keeping it around the perimeter for the Pirates. Handoff again to Talbot. Aiden Hayes on the defense. Now to Trenbeth. Eli Hayes on the defense. Trenbeth from the free throw line. He's going to kick it out to Talbot for 3. Won't go. And Owen Sheen cleans the glass. 2:02 to go in the first. We're knotted at 6. Pass goes outside to Frank in the far corner. Frank trying to find an open man. Kicks it to Sheen near corner. Sheen from 16. A beautiful pass to Hayes. Nice move to the rim, but he can't convert. Stubbs rips away the rebound, and now Selden brings it up for the Pirates. Selden, top of the key, throwing it over to Talbot. Talbot back over to Stubbs. Stubbs bringing along the left block, picked away by Aiden Hayes. Hayes trying to go up against Brown in transition, kicks it over to Schutte, now to Frank, top of the key. Schutte, a rocket pass into Eli Hayes for the hoop and the harm.
Really nice find there from Frank. Hayes found a soft spot on the baseline. Frank found it from the top of the key. Good finish. Eli's going to get another chance at an M1.
Eli Hayes scoring about 10.5 points per game on the season, but that was a slick feed there by Frank. He's averaging just under 1 assist per game, but man, he can definitely pass that basketball too.
He can. Great court vision. He always has. I was fortunate enough to coach him his freshman year. He's always had a great court sense and feel for the game and always had court vision, and they've always been a really strong connection. So fun to see them play together for 4 years now.
Eli Hayes, good on the free throw attempt, gives him 3 points for the night and gives the Hornets a 3-point lead, 9-6. Minute 22 to go in the first. And now it is Bolstead, top of the key. He's going to kick it over to Valdez as most of the starters back into the game for Phoenix. Valdez just inside the paint, kicking it outside to Selden. Now to Valdez again. Valdez crosses left, goes up from 10 and knocks that one home. 2 more points for him, gives him 4 on the evening. A minute left to go in the first. Eli Hayes rocketing it ahead to Aiden Hayes. Back to Eli, and he brings it around top of the key. Between the circles of the big Pirate logo half court. 47 seconds now left to go. Schutte on the right elbow, kicks it out to Aiden Hayes, gets it into Bennett. Bennett puts it on the deck, pops from 14. That one rattles out. Bolstead clears the glass. Turns around, hands it to Valdez. Valdez bringing it up, kicks it to Monroe, top of the key, back to Valdez. 30 seconds to go in the first, 9-8 the score. Henley leads. Bolstead kicking it over to Harper. Harper takes the Bolstead screen, hands it off to Selden. Selden crosses up left, nice move, fires from 12, won't go. Aiden Hayes skies for the rebound, and a nice contest by Austin Fitz. Eli Hayes bringing it up the floor, picked up by Selden at midcourt. Spins around to his left, takes a screen, thought about a long three, kicks it near side to Bennett, bouncing it into Fitz. Fitz has it stripped by Bolstead, and now Harper against Hayes. Long shot at the buzzer, won't go. We go to halftime with a score of 9-8. The Henley Hornets speeding up and down the floor. They're keeping pace with Phoenix tonight. They lead by 1 after 8 minutes. We've got second quarter action coming up next on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
And apparently Phoenix is, I'll tell you.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. The score after one, 9-8. The Henley Hornets are in the lead. It's been a slow defensive affair so far. You mentioned that Phoenix might try to pick up the pace, but they really hadn't in the first quarter.
Yeah, it seems like one of the platoon groups is trying to speed him up, and the other platoon group is playing more in the half court. So we'll keep an eye on that as the game progresses, but you kind of got 2 distinct styles for Phoenix so far in the 2 platoon groups.
Phoenix started with possession. Austin Fitz rips it away. A kick ahead to Owen Sheen in transition, and 2 points for the Hornets, and Owen Sheen striking with his first bucket of the night. All right, Selden's got it now to Monroe. Monroe handing it over to Harper. Harper driving along left side, thought about a pass, goes up with the shot. And that's quick decision-making by Harper and a good bucket. He's got 4 points tonight. Kick ahead to Sheen. Sheen's going to find Hayes. Beautiful bounce pass inside to Bennett. Finds Fitz. Back outside to Sheen. Sheen puts it on the deck. Tries to get it to Bennett. Now to Hayes. Left wing three. No good. Bolstead wrestles for the rebound to Valdez. Brings it across the timeline. 11-10 with 7:08 to go in the second. Henley leads. All right, Selden passing it over to Harper. And it looks like the platoon is getting ready to check in for Phoenix as Monroe tries to get it inside to Bolstead. Kicking it outside to Harper for 3. Back iron, no good. Loose ball picked up by Selden. Selden, a bullet pass to Bolstead. He hands it to Valdez, top of the key. Valdez takes the Bolstead screen, rolls to the bucket, but Valdez fires for 3. Front iron, no good. Saved from going out of bounds by Selden. He gets it to Monroe. Bulstead now top of the key. Thought about three. Hands it off to Valdez. Now back to Harper. Right wing. Kicking it out to Bulstead. Right corner. Pump fakes, and he hands it off to Monroe. Monroe to Valdez. Valdez crossing to his left. Going up through the contact and gets hacked. He'll shoot two.
Valdez has done a really nice job of getting a foot in the paint, meaning he's been able to dribble, penetrate into the lane. Henley's had a tough time keeping him out of the lane tonight. Made some great moves, made a couple buckets, and earned a couple fouls, chances at the line.
His first chances at the line tonight. Phoenix as a team 0 for 1 at the penalty stripe. Jenner Selden got his chance earlier, couldn't convert, and Valdez misses his opportunity there. So we've got a mass substitution in for Phoenix. Trenbeth, Brown, Stubbs, and Selden. Jackson Selden check into the game. And we'll see one more substitution once Valdez makes or misses this free throw. It's up, and it is good. So a tie game.
So this seems to be more of their pressure group, the second group that they bring in. Speeds Henley up a little bit, and then the next group plays more of a half-court style. And you're seeing it here. Looks like they have a little bit of a 2-2-1 press on. Henley's done a nice job breaking it, speeding him up.
Drew Frank, near corner three, a great look at things. Bennett skies for the rebound, just tips it off his hand. And Harper, no, pardon me, that was Talbot with the rebound. As Trenbeth has it now near corner, brings it around, kicking it over far side to Selden. Selden to Trenbeth for three, won't go. Rebound picked up by Frank. Frank getting it to Sudi, kicking it ahead to Eli. Eli bringing it coast to coast, strong to the rim, won't go. And Stubbs gets the rebound. Still knotted at 11 with 5:46 to go in the second. Selden, no look pass. That was a beauty out to Talbot, but Talbot passes it up, gets it to Stubbs, now to Trenbeth. Trenbeth to Selden in the right corner, lofting it inside to Stubbs, trying to get it back outside to Selden. Loose ball picked up by Brown, now to Trenbeth. All right, now it is Talbot, well beyond the three-point arc, getting it to Trenbeth just beyond the key. Trenbeth puts it on the deck, kicks it outside to Talbot. Talbot now to Stubbs, far corner. Stubbs trying to drive left baseline, kicking it near side Trenbeth, but he goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets. This team seems to get in the paint a lot less than that other group, and it looks like they're mixing it up a bit now as Bulstead, Monroe, and Jenner Selden checks into the game, but they're leaving. Are they leaving anyone out there, or did I just get duped?
Nope, that was just 5 for 5.
Gosh, some of them went to the scores table, and some of them just walked out. All right. Eli's got it. Drew Frank, rocket pass inside to Fitz. Kick outside to Selden after the steal. Selden versus Frank in transition, no good. Harper gets the rebound and the putback.
Harper's having a great game. He's got a couple offensive rebounds for putbacks. Made some plays on the offensive end, driving the ball. Done a really nice job for Phoenix in the early on.
Yeah, 6 points tonight. Drew Frank outside to Bennett. Bennett thought about three, inside to Frank at the free throw line. Puts it on the deck, drives from the rim, gets tied up and a foul. So Henley will shoot their fourth and fifth free throws of the night, and for Drew, it'll be his first and second free throws of the night.
It seems like that second platoon group for Phoenix, which is on the bench now, comes in for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, speeds up Henley, full court pressure, and then this group comes in, and Henley's a little bit more tired, and this group comes in, runs their half-court offense, has some success, gets some offensive rebounds. So just keep an eye on that as the game progresses as a viewer. That group on the bench comes in, plays as hard as they can for a minute, full court pressure, and then this group comes in, half court, slows it down a little bit.
Drew Frank 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 13 all with 4.5 to go in the second, and Selden's got it. Selden handing it off to Harper. Harper fakes a handoff to Monroe just at the free throw line, now kicks it to Monroe. Monroe back outside to Harper. Harper driving inside at the free throw line, spins around, gets it to Monroe, who drives in. Float shot no good, and Frank clears the glass. Frank bringing it up. Now over to Hayes. Hayes bouncing it over to Sudi, inside to Fitz. Fitz the double team, back outside to Sudi for three. That's good from Joe.
Really nice job there. Joe made an entry pass, relocated out on the three-point line, found some open space, knocked down a three-point shot.
He's got 4 points tonight. Now Phoenix working on the other side. They're down by 3, 16-13, under 4 to go in the second. Harper driving inside, stops the free throw line, outside to Valdez on the left wing. Valdez now back over to Selden. Selden brings it around, fakes going left, goes right, kicks it outside to Harper, near corner three, tries to answer. It's no good, and Frank gets the long rebound. Frank's been active on the glass tonight. He's averaging only 2 rebounds per game, but well past that mark tonight. Eli Hayes bouncing it out to Joe Sudi. Another look at 3. That one won't go. And Monroe clears the glass, kicking it ahead to Valdez. Valdez crosses to the free throw line. He's going to kick it outside to Selden. Now to Bolstad, far corner, back to Valdez. Valdez throwing it to Harper. Back to Selden, who's picked up by Hayes. Getting it to Valdez, who's guarded by Sudi. Valdez from the left elbow, no good. Bolstad tries to get the rebound, bounces off his foot, outside to Selden, and now Valdez has it on the left wing. Trying to drive that left block, and he does it beautifully. A nice move to the rim by Valdez, and Coach McNichols wants time. 16-15, the Henley Hornets lead, as there is 2:57 to go in the second quarter. You've got the MyBasin.com on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Now we're back with MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Coming to you live from Phoenix High School tonight on the road. Made it here through the snowy conditions, and right now Henley leads 16-15 with under 3 to go in the first half. And they start with the basketball. Eli Hayes bringing it up. He's guarded by Trenbeth. Full court press coming out from Phoenix. And Hayes with a nice little stutter step trying to get rid of Talbot, but instead has to give the ball up to Frank. Frank battling through some defenders. A nice pass inside to Owen Harper, who's checked into the game. The sophomore standing 6'2". Haven't seen hardly any of him, but, you got Marcus McCready, Shaw Stork, and Blaine Boersma out tonight. You're going to have some guys swing from JV, where we've seen Aiden Hayes and now Owen Harper.
Yeah, great opportunity for Owen to get in there tonight. Not mop-up time. This is
Definitely
go time. 2 minutes left, tie ball game, or just close. Great opportunity for Owen to get some really quality minutes here.
All right, well, Phoenix has it. Jackson Selden trying to cross up Eli just between the circles. Gets it to Trenbeth near corner. Trenbeth puts it on the deck, kicks it back outside to Selden. Tries to bring it left, instead goes right, kicks it outside to Brown. Brown bounces it outside to Trenbeth. Trenbeth again at the free throw line, trying to kick it outside to a Talbot three-pointer. Back iron no good, and Luke Bennett skies for the boards. Drew Frank throws it ahead in transition to Harper. Tries to spin around, or rather that is Sudi underneath the bucket. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Hornets.
I'm going to nickname this group for Phoenix the Chaos Kids.
The Chaos Kids.
They come in, they mix it up for 2 minutes, full court pressure, playing hard they can, getting their hands on lots of passes. The Chaos Kids, I'm going to call them for the rest of tonight.
All right, we like it. Luke Bennett kicking it over to Frank. Frank bouncing it inside to Owen Sheen, who's checked back into the game. Cross-court lob to Hayes. Hayes fakes going left, goes right, kicks it outside to Sheen. Sheen goes up, thought about slamming it down. You can see it, but goes for the safe layup. 2 points regardless for Owen Sheen. 4 points for him tonight. $1:36 to go in the second, 18-15, and Henley leads. Trenbeth kicking it over to Talbot. Talbot bouncing it back over to Selden. Selden guarded by Bennett. Now over to, that was Brown, who is picked up by Hayes. Shot inside on the rebound from Stubbs. He gets fouled.
Got to give it up to Phoenix. They've done a great job offensive rebound in this game. It's been a difference maker early on. A lot of second chance opportunities off of offensive rebounds. Going to be a challenge for Henley's stamina throughout the game. Haven't played this many minutes collectively as a group, individually and then collectively. So how do they hold up throughout the game playing more minutes than they usually do?
First free throw no good from Robin Stubbs. That makes Phoenix 0 for 4 so far on the evening from the penalty stripe. Compare that to a 4 for 5 night so far for Henley. That's been part of the difference so far as we find ourselves with a score of 18-15, $1:19 to go in the second, and the Hornets lead. Second free throw on the way from Roman Stubbs, and that one will rim out as well. Austin Fitz grabbed the rebound, kicks it ahead to Eli. Hayes bringing it around the right side, lofting one over to Bennett in the far corner, inside to Frank. Frank trying to get it to Fitz, but Sheen is right there to clean it up. Goes up with the mid-range, and it won't go. And the Chaos Kids have checked out. We've got the starters in for Phoenix. There's Valdez kicking it over to Monroe. Now inside to Selden. Back outside to Harper. Top of the key three. Won't go. Rebound is grabbed by Harper. He goes up with a floater from the free throw line. That's a nice shot from Harper. He's heating up.
He's hit some tough shots tonight, too. Some of his shots have been a little bit unorthodox, but he's had a really good night for the Pirates so far.
Drew Frank at the free throw line. Takes a step inside the paint. Gets it to Fitz. Fitz gets hacked and fouled. He's going to go to the line. Dylan Harper tonight for Phoenix has got 8 points. He's leading their team. He also got 4 points from Miguel Valdez. So Fitz shooting 2. His first one's good.
I really felt like Fitz was a breakout performer Thursday it is now in that Klamath Union game. That was a big game. They needed it. Fitz played great. He's just been so active the last 3 or 4 games for Henley on the glass, offensively and defensively.
Without a doubt. He goes 2 for 2 from the line there and extends this lead back out to 3. 20-17, 29 seconds to go in the half. Trenbeth bringing it around, left elbow, kicks it outside to Harper. Harper at the free throw line, outside to Trenbeth. Back outside to Harper. Harper bringing it around, driving inside into their free throw line floater. That time not as friendly of a bounce. Drew Frank with the rebound. Feeling hassled, kicks it over to Hayes. Hayes inside to Fitz at the free throw line. Jump shot from Fitz, and that's money. Nice shot there from Fitz. That's 6 points for him tonight, and will bring us to the end of the first half. We go to halftime tonight with a score of 22-17. The Henley Hornets looking to hold on and preserve an undefeated conference season. We'll take a look at the conference standings next and what the playoffs look like on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Time tonight, the Hornets lead 22-17.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them, and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Welcome back to Phoenix High School, the site of tonight's MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960. Good evening. My name is Josh Eldridge, joined by Nick Bradford and Alex Stork tonight. We come to halftime with a score of 22-17. Henley led in scoring tonight by Austin Fitz. He's got 6 points at halftime, 4 from each of Joe Studi and Owen Sheen, 3 from Luke Bennett and Eli Hayes, and 2 from Drew Frank. Meantime, for Phoenix, they've got 8 points tonight from Dylan Harper, 6 from Miguel Valdez, and 2 from Koala Brown. That is how we get our scoring tonight for both of these teams. And Well, Alex, you look at Henley and their scoring distribution. It's business as usual. A lot of even scoring throughout the scorebook. Fitz has 6, but everyone else 2, 3, 4 for this team. They spread out the scoring really well.
They do, and you wonder if Coach Hammond and Coach Stock are there in the locker room saying, hey, we may need to separate ourselves a little bit from business as usual, especially with some of those starters that they usually have with them, on even guys on the bench that they don't have tonight. I think he's maybe saying, hey, I know usually we're pretty evenly dispersed, but tonight, Eli, or tonight, Owen, we need you to take a few more shots than you typically would.
Yeah, it's interesting tonight because you mentioned that Phoenix has kind of 2 teams playing tonight. They've got their starters and they've got their chaos kids. They're kind of the second group that comes off the bench and tries to speed Henley up a little bit. It's interesting that this is the kind of team, that Henley plays right before the playoffs. They're kind of playing 2 different teams tonight in a way, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a really good strategy for them to use tonight, knowing what Henley has on their bench, which is 3 guys,
right,
and then looking at their bench, which they have 5, 6 deep over there, and guys that can play, guys that can pass, guys that can shoot, guys that can dribble, and guys that are really going to guard you defensively. So I think it's a really good move by their staff to make this a full court game when those guys are in, because you can see the impact that it's had on Henley in the half court game when they're able to get their starters back in. Phoenix has gotten a lot more offensive rebounds because of it with their starters in the game. So the Chaos kids, they've done their job. They've come in, they've gotten their hands in the passing lanes, they've made it really hard for Henley.
All right, 22-17 our score at half. We're going to take a break and come back. When we do, we're going to talk about the state playoffs, which are just around the corner. Spoiler alert, Henley's already booked it. Tell you what that means. Coming up next on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week, 104.3 and 960 Sports. Halftime tonight, Henley leads Phoenix 22-17.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we're back with the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 960 Sports. Pardon me, we're at halftime tonight. 22-17, Henley leads Phoenix. Alex, they're playing tonight for an undefeated season. Henley has already clinched the Skyline Conference. They've already clinched their spot in the round of 16 in the playoffs. An undefeated season means a lot, but really with Henley's ticket already being booked, Phoenix tonight is also, in a way, playing for that play-in game, which is a stage that Henley gets to skip in the playoffs. Basically, as we have it right now, Henley is atop the conference. Mazama's in second place with a 6-3 record. They're playing Klamath Union tonight. That's an important game because that will likely dictate the number 2 and 3 teams in the conference. Well, Phoenix is also in that mix because they're also 5-4, tied with Klamath Union. So you could realistically, if Phoenix comes back in this one, have a 3-way tie for that second place in the conference. It's very up in the air on how it's going to go in the conference. So, but if it all ended today, it would be the 3 Basin teams moving on past the regular season. Henley would get to the round of 16. Mazama would host a play-in game, and Klamath Union would travel for a play-in game. That's if everything stays the same as it is today. But, of course, things can change with Mazama playing Klamath Union, and, of course, Phoenix still very much in this game.
Yeah, you got to think if you're Phoenix, you need this one. So what are they going to do in this second half to really do whatever they can to pull out this game? Maybe you see more of the Chaos kids. Maybe you'll see more of that group of 5 starters, slowing it down the half court. I think they've had success making this a full court game, trying to wear Henley out as much as they can. They want Henley to get into that bench. That has to be a goal for their staff. What are they going to do this second half to make Henley get into that bench? Make guys make plays in crunch time who haven't had opportunities in crunch time.
It's going to be an interesting second half. 22-17, Henley leads after one half. We'll be back with the third quarter of action next on MyBasin.com, on air, 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Elder, joined by Alex Stork and Nick Bradford tonight on the call as we are coming to you live from Phoenix High School tonight. The Henley Hornets on the road, but leading this one 22-17. On the floor for Henley is Luke Bennett, Eli Hayes, Drew Frank, Austin Fitz, and Owen Sheen. 5 on the floor for Phoenix. It's their starters. It's Jack Monroe, Jenner Selden, Miguel Valdez, Dylan Harper, and Julius Ballstead. All right, Drew Frank along the left baseline, goes up with the layup, won't go. Ballstead clears the glass. And now Phoenix is playing for their playoff lives as well. They've got to rely on some other teams losing, but can somewhat control their own destiny tonight with the win. They right now trail by 5. Talbot has it top of the key. Talbot kicking it over to Selden. Selden zipping it over to Harper near side. Harper taking it at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Valdez. Valdez head fakes going left, decides to hand it right to Selden. Selden trying to drive inside, loses a dribble, gathers, kicks it outside to Talbot for 3. No good. Possession stays with Phoenix as Frank tips it out of bounds.
Coach Hammond noted this last game and even before this game as well. Phoenix will live and die by the three-point shot, and we've seen that early on.
Harper taking one from 14. That one won't go. Fitz gets the rebound. Ahead to Hayes. Bringing things up against Selden. Eli taking some contact and a blocking foul called against Selden. And I believe, well, that's the first foul of this half, but neither team got into real foul trouble in that first half. I mean, only 6 free throws taken for Henley and only about 5 taken for Phoenix. Clean basketball so far for both teams. Eli thinks about 3, kicks it to Sheen near side. Sheen gets it inside to Frank, up with the layup, won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Hornets.
It was a clean game, and here come the Chaos kids coming in a little bit earlier than usual. Maybe Coach is going to try to mix it up a little bit more the second half, speed Henley up more than he did the first half.
Lofting it up top to Drew Frank to inbound it. A bullet pass over to Hayes. Hayes driving baseline, trying to bounce it over to Fitz, but Fitz couldn't corral it. And now to Selden. Front court, pump fake, gets Frank off his feet and gets fouled. So Selden will head to the line, and this will be Jackson Selden getting his first and second free throw opportunities tonight. And Alex, Jack Monroe has checked in with the Chaos Kids, and you've got Talbot, who was coming in off the bench in the first half, but now started the game with the starters. So interesting to see the little bit of adjustments that Coach McNichols for Phoenix Pirates have made.
Yeah, I've always been impressed with Coach McNichols. I think he does a great job, him and his staff, preparing their teams to be successful, making halftime in-game adjustments, and then giving his guys the best chance to win. As you see there, the Chaos Kids making things a little bit difficult for Henley.
Forcing a turnover there, so it'll be Phoenix ball even after the made free throw. They score 22-19, just a three-point ball game. 6:36 to go in the third. Henley still leads, but it's Phoenix basketball. Inbound pass goes to Trenbeth on the far side. Trenbeth brings it back around, hands it to Monroe. Monroe driving inside, tries to get it to Stubbs. The pass broken up by Frank, but the long rebound snagged by Brown. Getting it inside to Stubbs. Tries to go against Austin Fitz, but Fitz will foul him.
Sometimes when you get tired, you do some uncharacteristic things. You foul uncharacteristically. You do things that you don't typically do. Fitz has played so many minutes. There's so many guys out here that played so many minutes this year, but I'm really interested to see throughout the course of this game, without the bench guys that they usually would have, how does their stamina, how does being tired affect them throughout the course of this game?
Second free throw from Stubbs is no good. He's 0 for 4 for the night, and his team trails by 3. But Owen Sheen taking it himself, and a blocking foul. It's a shooting foul. Owen Sheen goes to the line. And this will be his first and second free throws tonight. He had 4 in the first half, 4 points that is. Second leading scorer on his team. Sheen this year averaging 9 points per game in league play and 7 rebounds. 2 assists as well to add to the junior's resume. His first free throw is good. Sheen's second free throw is also good, makes it a 5-point game once again, 25-19. And Selden brings it up the floor for the Pirates, kicking it to Monroe, working along that right side, picked loose by Bennett, but Trenbeth gathers the loose ball. Tries to drive inside, kicks it out to Stubbs. Stubbs back top of the key to Selden. Selden dishing it over to Trenbeth, now back to Selden. Gets it to Monroe. Monroe, top of the key, tossing it to Trenbeth. Bouncing it inside to Stubbs. Stubbs kicking it outside, now to Selden, far corner. Selden brings it inside the paint, kicks it outside to Brown, far corner. Now to Trenbeth, right wing. Trenbeth crosses right, on the right block, kicks it outside. Now over to Selden. Selden inside to Stubbs. Stubbs kicking it out to Monroe. Monroe going up from 10, has his shot wiped clean from Owen Sheen. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Owen. And so you got a substitution coming in for the Pirates. Valdez, Ballstead, Harper, Selden, and Talbot come into the game.
Looks like they're going about every minute now with that platoon substitution.
5.5 to go in the third. 24-19. Ballstead catch and shoot 3 near corner. Back iron won't go. Bennett with the rebound. Eli hustling up the floor from the free throw line. Kicks it out to Sheen near corner. Trying to zip it back to Bennett, but Selden intercepts the pass. Selden ahead to Talbot, and he'll slow things down. Talbot to Valdez. Valdez taking the Ballstead screen. Brings it top of the key. Kicks it near side to Selden. Selden puts it on the deck. Back outside to Harper. Harper driving inside the paint, trying to find an open player, gets it to Talbot, now to Selden near corner. Selden dribbles back behind the back, steps back, and hands it to Harper. Now to Talbot near corner. Content to play around the perimeter are these Pirates. Now to Valdez, lofting it inside to Ballstead. Bounce pass to Valdez, and that's a clean feed from Ballstead. Credit him with the assist, and 2 points for Valdez, 8 points on the evening. And now Eli Hayes bouncing it inside to Frank. Frank puts it on the deck, a clean feed to Fitz, and they answer right back with a nice little pass inside the paint of their own. 3 on the other side for Talbot and Phoenix. No go. Ballstead battles for the rebound with Fitz, and Henley comes away victors. It'll be Frank bringing it up the floor. Frank zipping it far corner for Bennett. Bennett takes a step inside the three-point arc. Mid-range jump shot no good. Rebound snagged by Fitz. He turns around, fires at the rim, won't go. Valdez now bringing it up the near side of the court. Trying to drive inside. Throws it out to Talbot. Right wing three. Back iron no good. Rebound picked up by Selden. Selden zips it over to Ballstad. Slips through his fingers, but Valdez saves it from going out of bounds, only to tip it out himself. And Henley will take it away.
That was quite a flurry there for about a minute and a half back and forth there. Some fast break basketball on both sides.
Looks like we got another substitution coming in for Phoenix, although this time Valdez stays out there. And Trenbeth, along with Monroe and a handful of the other Chaos kids coming to the game. Pass ahead to Monroe. Monroe over to Trenbeth. Far corner three, a great look at it, won't go. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession is going to it's going to go to the Hornets. And so Aiden Hayes has checked into the game for Henley, as has Joe Sudi. Bennett and Fitz take seats on the bench. 3.5 to go in the third. 26-21, Henley leads. Sheen tries to pass it outside to Hayes. And a whistle. They're going to call a charge against Sheen. A little too strong to the rim there, I guess.
Tough call. Looks like the official said that he swatted him with his off arm as he was driving to the basket there, and that's what he called him for there on the offensive foul.
So Jack Monroe has it, top of the key, kicking it to Selden. Selden fires it to Trenbeth. Trenbeth at the free throw line, back outside to Selden. He zips it over to Valdez. Valdez putting on the deck, driving right side, up with the right hand, and a friendly roll around the rim and in. 26-23, 3:11 to go in the third. And the Hornets still lead. Joe Sudi bouncing it over to Owen Sheen, near corner. Sheen kind of facing a double team, kicks it out to Eli Hayes, top of the key. Eli kicking it back to Sheen. Sheen bringing it down the baseline, a blocking foul down low against Stubbs. Third team foul for the Pirates. That ties Henley's total. And substitution coming in for the Pirates as Bolstad checks in, and so does Talbot.
Valdez has just been so hard for Henley to keep out of the paint tonight. He's done such a nice job from both sides, right side and left side, getting a foot in the paint, getting to the basket, finishing strong.
Drew Frank to inbound to Sheen, gets it top of the key to Aiden Hayes. And I think he tried to find Sheen, and that's one of those things where, you know, Aiden playing point guard hasn't played with all these guys for too long, and probably just a miscommunication.
The experience he's getting now, if he does get minutes in the playoffs, and the experience he's getting now for
Trenbeth, look at three, and he banks that one in to tie the game. Knotted at 26.
The experience he's getting now for next season to come when his brother's going to be gone and he may step in that point guard role. That is so valuable. So some of the miscues that he has had tonight, or some of the guys with a little bit less experience, it's going to come in handy down the stretch of the season and moving into the future.
Phoenix has it after a missed three-pointer on the other end from Owen Sheen. Valdez tries to fire up a shot that won't go. Frank gets the rebound. 2:13 to go in the third. We are knotted 26 all. Sheen back top of the key to Aiden Hayes. Hayes picked up by Talbot, fires to Sheen, far side. Sheen driving inside. Eli Hayes, top of the key, three. Front iron, no good. Ballstad clears the glass. Now to Valdez, bringing it up the floor for the Pirates. Handing it off to Trenbeth. Trenbeth answered last time with a three to tie the game. Has it picked loose by Sheen. Loose ball snagged by Sudi. And it's going to be picked up by Eli as Sudi saved it from going out of bounds.
Great effort play right there by Joe, saving that ball. Looked like it was definitely going out of bounds. Grabbed it, kept it in bounds. His team gets possession.
Sudi takes one from about 10, won't go. Drew Frank gets the rebound. He gets bothered on the shot and a foul. Drew heading to the line, 2 for 2 tonight. Those are his only points of the evening so far.
You can feel the intensity rising in this gym. Henley wants to go 10-0. Phoenix wants to keep playing. So really excited to see how this game shakes out here. Phoenix is playing some really great basketball in this third quarter.
Frank makes the first free throw, making him 3 for 3 on the night so far. And substitutions for both teams as Sudi and Sheen come out, and Fitz and Bennett come in. And actually, I think once Fitz who's come into the game for Henley. So it is now a 28-26 game after the second made free throw from Drew. And now it's Selden kicking it to Harper. Harper top of the key, kicking it out to Talbot. Talbot brings it inside, now to Selden. Selden at that right elbow. Pass it outside to his twin brother Selden, who's also in the game. Harper driving left block, kicks it to Talbot, near side corner, trying to bounce it inside to Bolstead, but it's swiped away by Eli Hayes. And Eli's going to bring it up the floor. Front court pass to Bennett. He thought about the three, bothered by Talbot. Getting it to Frank, and Frank is collision in midair as he tries to go up to collect the pass. And Dylan Harper is going to be hit with that foul, but some sportsmanship being showed. You love to see that.
Yeah, really aggressive play there, going for the ball. Henley get a little bit lucky there. Could have been a breakaway layup, get a foul, keep possession.
Hayes gets the inbound pass, kicks it to Bennett, now to Eli. Far corner three, that's money from Eli Hayes.
Great set play. I've always told Coach Hammond he runs some of the best set plays that I've seen, especially in our conference. Gets an open look from Eli, one of their best shooters there in the corner. Huge three-point basket for Henley.
All right, Talbot's got it now, right wing. He's going to hand it to Ballstad, top of the key. Ballstad over to Selden. Selden passing it now to Talbot. Talbot bothered by Aiden Hayes, goes up with the shot. Aiden Hayes wipes it clean, saves it from going out of bounds. The sophomore with a big play there on the defensive end. Loose ball, though, picked up by Phoenix. Selden double clutch, won't go. Hayes battling for the rebound and a held ball possession. Phoenix. Man, oh man.
That was exciting. Back and forth down there underneath the basket. Wasn't sure who was going to come away with it.
All right, well, Phoenix does have it. They've got it underneath their own basket. And Selden to inbound, lofting it to his brother Selden. Back now. Puts it on the deck. Shot from about 10. That one rims out, no good. Bennett gets the rebound. Now kicks ahead to Hayes. 5 seconds now, 4. Eli Hayes crosses half court. Bouncing it to Fitz. Catch and shoot three, won't go. Fitz put a little bit too much on that one. We go to the third quarter with a score of 31-26. Henley 8 minutes away from clinching an undefeated season, but don't speak too soon because the Phoenix are right behind them. 31-26, headed to the fourth.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 960 Sports. Head to the fourth quarter, and Henley leads Phoenix 31-26. 5 on the floor for the Hornets. It's Hayes, Bennett, Frank, Sheen, and Fitz. Eli Hayes has it now in front of his own team's bench. Kicks it to Frank in the far corner. Getting it to Fitz, who goes up, bodies up Monroe, and knocks it down from the left block.
Really nice possession there for Henley coming out of the quarter. Ran a nice set play for Fitz underneath on that block-to-block screen. Good finish.
Harper now spins around to his right. That's a nice float shot from Harper, who has held silent in the third quarter, but has 10 points on the night. Makes it the score with 33-28. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one, too. Henley leads Phoenix 33-28.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Our Back live from Phoenix High School for tonight's Skyline Conference regular season closer. 33-28, and Coach Stork with us on the broadcast tonight. You described this as a survival game for Phoenix, and really for Henley too, because you want to survive with that undefeated season.
Absolutely. Coach Hammond mentioned it before the game. Never has he gone in his tenure 10-0 in the Skyline Conference, where there's always great parity in this conference, really competitive. So be a great honor for Henley to be able to go 10-0. And as you mentioned, Phoenix, they're scrapping and clawing. They want to get in. They don't want their season to be over.
So Eli Hayes bringing it up the floor for the Hornets. They lead 33-28 with 7:20 to go in the ball game. Bennett bringing it around at the free throw line. He kicks it out to Sheen near corner. Sheen having to fight through a double team, lofting it into Frank. Pump fakes, tries to get inside to Fitz, and a nice feed from Drew into Austin for the layup. Fitz has got 12 tonight after that made layup. The score now 35-28, 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Valdez with it, far corner. Picked up by Frank defensively. He kicks it to Monroe. Has a little bit of trouble corralling the pass, but Monroe gathers. Kicks it to Valdez on the right wing. Valdez driving inside, makes a move to the bucket and a foul. Valdez making free throws number 3 and 4 here. He's 0 for 2 on the night so far.
I really feel like when Phoenix has made the game more up and down, more chaotic, they've been the more successful team. So I'm really interested to see if Coach McNichols goes to that Chaos Kid group. And it seems like it's been mixed up a little bit in the second half, especially in that third quarter. So are they going to try to make this a full-court game, maybe add some pressure here in a minute, or are they going to want to stick in that half-court set, which seems like in the second half especially that it's benefited Henley?
Valdez, second free throw after missing the first, also clangs off the rim and won't go. So we stay 35-28, 6:44 to go in the fourth. And so Bennett kicking it near side to Sheen. Sheen driving baseline, goes up with the mid-range shot, back iron, no good. Monroe gets the rebound. And so it's Valdez working it up the floor. Valdez kicking it to Monroe. He thought about a three, puts it on the deck, kicks it back outside to Valdez. Valdez handing it to Trenbeth along the far side. Trenbeth zipping it inside to Bolstad. Goes to work against Austin Fitz on the right block. Austin gets a hand on the shot and rejects the bucket. Now Sheen working ahead for the Hornets. Kicking it over to Frank. Frank now to Hayes. Hayes bouncing it to Sheen near corner. Sheen lobs it, cross-court pass to Bennett. Bennett drives inside, tries to get it to Frank, but it's stolen away by Selden. Selden ahead to Trenbeth. Gets Fitz off his feet, kicks it outside to Valdez, who knocks down the wing three.
Really great play by Trenbeth there. Under control, could have gone up for a tough contested 2-on-1 shot and decided to kick it out to his buddy Valdez for a huge three-point shot.
Luke Bennett trying to answer three on the other end and can't do it. Valdez gets the rebound. His team down by 4, 35-31, 5.5 to go in the fourth. Trenbeth outside to Bolstad, who fires a quick three, front iron, no good. Eli Hayes with a rebound. Hayes dribbles it off his foot, loose ball, picked up by Eli, and a timeout called by Coach Hammond. We'll stick with you through this one, mainly because we've got another game that we're worrying about tonight, and that is the Oregon Tech women's basketball team taking on Bushnell in the first round of the Cascade Collegiate Conference playoffs. Right now, Bushnell up by 2, 66-64, just over a minute to go from Eugene. So Oregon Tech is the 5th seed in this tournament. Bushnell is the 4th seed. The only way that Oregon Tech, the women, can make a bid at the national tournament is by winning the Cascade Collegiate Conference tournament. They're down by 2 right now with a minute left, but not out of the picture, I think. But then tomorrow night, you've got the men at Danny's house. They're playing Warner Pack. That's sure to be a great game as well. And really for the men, their only path through the national championship is through a conference championship as well. So it's crunch time for Oregon Tech.
It is do or die. That's the best part about this season of sports, this season of the year, for whatever sport you're involved with. We're in basketball season right now. We call it the 3rd season in our program with the girls team. You have your preseason, you have your conference season, and now you get your postseason. But the best part about the postseason is you got to win to keep playing.
Well, we're back into this one. Henley holding on, hoping to win this one and stay undefeated in conference play, 35-31 with 5:21 to go in the fourth. Owen Sheen has it on the left wing. He kicks it over to Bennett, right wing, and now lofting one to Eli Hayes. That's picked away by Trenbeth. He loses a handle on it, and Luke Bennett scoops up the loose ball. Bennett trying to drive inside, kicking it back outside to Hayes. And Hayes picks it up after crossing back across the half-court stripe. Brings it across the timeline, guarded by Trenbeth. Kicks it to Sheen in the far corner. Inside to Fitz, who goes strong to the rim. And Austin Fitz, 14 points tonight. He's having a field day down inside the paint. 37-31, 4:47 to go in the fourth. And a whistle, a foul called against Phoenix, I believe. Or is it going to be against Owen Sheen? I believe that's the call. It's against...
Looks like they got him for a hand check there at the top of the key.
So 5 team fouls apiece. And it's Selden with it, guarded by Hayes. Kicking it over to Trenbeth. Trenbeth puts it on the deck, crosses around, kicks it to Valdez in the far side. Valdez bringing it around, kicking it to Monroe. Monroe top of the key, trying to loft it in there, but it's picked away by Sheen. Sheen and Monroe, one-on-one in transition, and Sheen gets the bucket.
Huge defense to offense bucket there for Henley. Huge steal, finished by Sheen.
39-31, 4:21 to go in the fourth, and a timeout on the floor. We'll take this one. 8-point ball game. Again, 4:21 to go. 39-31, Henley leads.
Construction, our mission is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bellers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Any news on the Tech game? Yep.
Back in the fourth quarter, we'll get you an update on that Tech game. Actually, Alex, is a great question. Looks like 42 seconds left to go in the game. 66-64, Lady Owls are trailing. In this game, Henley's up 39-31 with 4:20 to go in the fourth. And Austin Fitz has come alive here down the stretch with a couple of buckets. He's got 14 points tonight.
Yeah, Fitz has been huge, especially this last week. He played great against KU on Thursday. They've needed him tonight. You know, Coach Hammond mentioned it before the game. Who's going to step up? Who's that guy going to be? And it's been Fitz a lot of the time tonight.
Well, Phoenix starts with the ball. They trail by 8. Valdez with it now top of the key. Bouncing it inside to Stubbs. Stubbs tries to go to work against Fitz. High shot is good. That's a challenging bucket from Stubbs. 39-33, 4 to go in the fourth. That's Stubbs' first points tonight. Eli Hayes kicking it near side to Sheen. Sheen is going to draw a foul from Selden. A blocking foul will earn Phoenix their 6th team foul. One more puts Henley in the bonus.
Looks like Phoenix is going to try to speed Henley up just a little bit on the defensive side, make this a full court game, bring in a little bit of that pressure, see what they try to do to fluster Henley a little bit down the stretch here with only 4 minutes to play.
So Henley will inbound, bouncing it to Bennett. Bennett lofting it over to Sheen. Sheen over to Hayes. Hayes bouncing it inside to Fitz, who goes strong to the glass and can't get the bucket. And so it's Valdez bringing it up the floor for the Pirates. Valdez directing traffic, kicks it to Talbot, far wing. Talbot brings it around top of the key, kicks it to Selden. Selden now to Valdez, left wing. A whistle. And are they going to get Stubbs again?
Looks like they had an off-ball foul there in the post.
I think that was on Austin. So, yeah, that'll be his second foul. So 16 fouls for each squad, as Valdez will inbound for the Pirates along his own baseline. Lofting it in there to Harper. Harper picked up by Frank. Trying to drive on that right side block, and a nice shot from Harper. He was inactive in the third quarter, at least in terms of the scorebook, but he's got 4 points here in the fourth and 12 on the game. Drew Frank lofting it ahead to Eli Hayes. Hayes dishing it to Bennett. Bennett inside to Frank. He throws it to the corner for Sheen. He goes strong with that left-handed layup. Sheen makes it look so easy. 41-35, a 6-point game, 3 to go in the fourth. And so now it's Harper with it. Harper, top of the key, just inside the three-point arc now. Takes it from 12. Harper with the float shot. That one won't go. He's trying to bring his team back into this one single-handedly as Drew Frank brings it up the floor. Frank kicks it to Hayes. Hayes bouncing it to Bennett. Bennett throwing it back to Hayes. He tosses it to Sheen in the far corner. Sheen bothered by a double team. Lofting it top of the key to Bennett. Inside to Frank. Frank puts it on the deck. Inside pass to Fitz, who gets fouled.
Nice ball movement there from the Hornets. Got the ball to the high post, free throw line to Drew Frank. Nice dump pass to the post and Fitz, and he's going to get a chance at 2 free throws.
So Fitz shooting his 3rd and 4th free throws here. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight and has 14 points. He's had himself an evening so far. He misses the first free throw there.
You got to think Coach Hammond's over there talking to his staff, talking to his guys during timeouts. Finish. Take care of the ball. Don't make silly turnovers. Get stops defensively. All things you preach always, but even more of an emphasis when you have 2 starters out.
Second free throw from Fitz. A high bouncer off the rim won't go. Jack Monroe clears the glass. Now ahead to Valdez. Valdez bringing it up the floor for the Pirates. A fake handoff to Trenbeth. Valdez dribbling inside the paint. Kicks it out to Monroe. Monroe lofts it to Ballstead. Now Trenbeth on the right wing. Trenbeth moving left. Kicks it to Valdez. Valdez takes the Ballstead screen. Gets Trenbeth in the corner. Trenbeth step inside the arc. Kicks it back outside to Valdez. Long 3 won't go. Out of bounds. Possession Hornets. And it looked to me like they had Ballstead roll into the bucket, but instead opted for Trenbeth in the corner.
They've been at their best tonight when they've gotten the ball into the paint, slashed, gotten shots going towards the basket. They've really bailed Henley out in certain spots where they've settled for 3-point shots.
Bennett misses a near corner 3, and Phoenix has a chance, down 6, under 2 to go. Kick ahead to Selden. He fires 3, back iron no good, and Sheen cleans the boards. Sheen brings it up. A minute 44 to go, 41-35, Henley leads.
Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Hammond moved to a little bit of 5-out approach here, just like we saw against KU on Thursday. How can we keep the ball out of Phoenix's hand and make them foul us?
Hayes trying to drive inside, loses a handle on it. Fitz picks it up, lofts it over to Sheen, now back to Eli. Hayes trying to get it to Bennett. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Valdez. In fact, goes into the hallway of this newly built Phoenix High School campus, opened in 2020. And I believe this is probably their first year of actually having kids in the building, which is crazy considering this school's been open for 2 years. And a timeout on the floor gives us an opportunity to talk about it. I mean, this school was 2 years ago in 2020 when those horrible fires hit this area. I mean, you could see the flames from the front door of this campus that had just been built. So, I mean, this school, this athletics department, and this community is really rallied around, I think, partly this new high school and just around themselves to be able to come back like they have.
Yeah, they have. It's been so great to see this school, and it's been so awesome to see this community respond to the devastating events from a couple summers ago. I was fortunate enough to talk with Coach Earhart, their athletic director, when the fires were happening and right after the fact, and he said, how cool is it that this brand new school gets to be the cornerstone for rebuilding our community here in Phoenix, and that's exactly what they've done with this school. It's beautiful.
Back into basketball as Drew Frank will inbound to Eli Hayes. As we get back into the game, Hayes brings it across the timeline, kicks it to Sheen. Sheen puts it on the deck. Lofts one to Frank, but it's picked away by Valdez. Sheen versus Valdez in transition, and Valdez wins. 2-point layup, 41-37. Now just a 4-point game with a minute to go. And this is when you're going to start to see pressure from the Phoenix defense. Trips up Frank in a foul. And so that will likely send Frank to the line, and it will, as he enters the bonus for his team. Valdez picks up his 3rd foul. No, pardon me. That'll be Trenbeth's foul. And 8 for Phoenix. My apologies. So Drew Frank to the line. He is 3 for 4 on the night and misses his one opportunity there. Loose ball picked up by Phoenix. Bennett has it now over to Fitz, far side, now to Eli. Eli getting it into Drew. Loose ball knocked out of bounds. No, Fitz saved that one from going out. Frank puts on the deck, kicks it to Eli. 44 seconds now left to go. Fitz in the far corner, and they're going to opt to foul Austin and send him to the line in an attempt to get the ball back. Fitz missed his last 2, makes him 2 for 4 on the night. He shoots 1 and 1 here. Henley as a team this season, 53% at the penalty stripe. Fitz looking to improve those numbers and can't hit the first. Monroe gets the rebound. Valdez bringing it up the floor. 4-point game, 37 seconds left. Monroe just beyond the key, kicks it to Selden near side. Over to Trenbeth, thought about a three, steps back, kicks it to Selden, 29 seconds left to go. Selden driving inside, loose ball goes out of bounds, possession Phoenix.
Man, that was a close call there at the basket. I thought that call could have gone either way. Could have been a foul. Phoenix gets to keep it, but man, I felt like they were going to get to the line there.
24 seconds left in a 4-point ball game. Phoenix has it. They trail 41-37 to the Skyline champion Henley Hornets. Valdez trying to loft it somewhere, gets it to Trenbeth. Trenbeth with only 23 seconds. Phoenix has to manufacture a shot. Valdez driving inside to Monroe in the near corner. Back to Valdez. 4-3. Front iron no good. Bolstead inside, goes back up and gets the hoop. And timeout called by Phoenix. It's a 2-point ball game with 11 seconds to go. Henley's going to have the ball coming out of the break. But is Hammond sweating on the sideline? Can you see him from here? I'm not sure.
He's definitely sweating. I can tell you right now. He looks calm and composed always, but you got to know he's sweating over there. He's not even thinking about 10-0. He's really not thinking about 10-0. He's thinking about his guys. He's thinking out, how can I execute in this situation? What can I draw up right now to get one of my seniors, one of my playmakers the ball in a position where they're going to make a good decision or where they're going to get fouled? He doesn't want to put them in a position to get trapped where they have to make a long pass. He was thinking, how can I draw something up right now where I can get the ball into Eli Hayes' hands or Drew Frake's hands, one of my seniors, okay, a guy that's been here before. How can I get them the ball where they can go knock down some free throws and they can win the game?
You only have 11 seconds left, so you imagine that Phoenix is going to foul immediately. Do you think they wait a second to foul to try to force a loose ball, or is this a situation where, you know, Henley is only a 53% free throw shooting team? Do you just send them to the line? It's an interesting...
It's a great point. It's a hard call. Since it's a double bonus situation, I feel like you got to go for the steal initially, but if you can't get the steal off the first pass, you got to foul right away. You want to lengthen, extend this game as long as you can.
Drew Frank to inbound. The other 5 is Bennett, Fitz, Sheen, and Hayes. And 9 seconds, they finally foul Eli and send him to the line. So it's a perfect opportunity for Eli to grab the ball and get fouled.
Really smart play design there. They faked to the left. Coach knew that he had the baseline to run. He had Eli run his guy off the half-court line, come back to the basketball. He knew that he wanted the ball in his senior's hands to knock down some free throws.
And so the score 41-39. Eli Hayes sinks the first free throw to make it a 3-point game. A bucket here would go a long way towards deciding this one. Eli at the line. That one's good. And a timeout called by Coach Hammond. I think he wiped the sweat off after those free throws. 43-39, 8 seconds to go in the ball game. Still a lot can happen for Phoenix, but those are big free throws.
Those are huge free throws, and now the challenge is going to be coming out of this timeout. Does Luke want to bring some pressure? Does he want to have some pressure up to the half-court line so that they can't just play a quick 3-point shot, get the ball up the court, take a 3-point shot with no time to come off the court. So clock, excuse me. So he's going to have some pressure here. He wants Phoenix to run at least 5 seconds off the clock here before getting a shot up. He doesn't want anything going to the basket, and if it is something going to the basket right away, it needs to be a 2-point shot.
43-39 of the fourth quarter. The Henley boys convening at half court. They know what's on the line. It's an undefeated season. They've already booked their ticket to the round of 16 in the 4A OSCA On Point Community Credit Union playoffs. But Phoenix holding on for dear life. They trail by 4. Trenbeth gets the inbound pass, 8 seconds, now 7. Trenbeth finally crosses the half-court line, gets it to Valdez. Quick 3 from Valdez, won't go. Eli Hayes with a rebound, and the Henley Hornets finish Skyline Conference play with a perfect 10-0 record. They win this one 43-39. Let's see, we've got a handful of kids to choose from. Coach, who are you thinking that we need to talk to today? We could try to get him as quick as we can because Luke likes to keep him in the locker room.
I think Joe Sudi would be a great candidate, somebody that I don't think we've had before this season. Yeah. He's a great teammate, great team leader for this team, been in the program for 4 years. I think he'd be a great interview.
All right, let's try to grab Joe Sudi, number 20, to get us on the post-game show coming up here in just a bit. 43-39 the final. The Hornets undefeated, Skyline Conference champions.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Back with MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3, 960 Sports. Final score tonight from Phoenix High School. The Henley Hornets holding on 43-39. The leading scorer tonight for Henley, Austin Fitz, had 14 points tonight. Owen Sheen added 10. 5 for Eli Hayes, 4 for Joe Sudi, and 3 for Drew Frank. Tonight for the Phoenix Pirates, they were led in scoring by Dylan Harper, who had 12. Miguel Valdez, who had 11. Roman Stubbs had 2, Koala Brown had 2, and a handful of other Phoenix Pirates chipping in the scoring as well. But Alex Henley has clinched an undefeated Skyline Conference season, first time in Luke Hammond's tenure. It is the second time in a row that the Skyline Conference champion has gone undefeated, obviously with Klamath Union last year. But a great season led by a team that really likes to share the rock. Tonight it was Austin Fitz, but other nights it's been other kids. It's been a really special team to watch as we end the regular season tonight.
It's been a really fun team to watch, as you mentioned, the poise of the team in close games, because just because they went 10-0 doesn't mean that they just walked through the conference.
Right.
There was a lot of really challenging games, some really exciting in-town games that came down to the wire. I was impressed with their poise, featuring a handful of juniors on their team, and the seniors on their team I was especially impressed with. I felt like anytime they got rattled, their seniors were that bonding force for their team to calm them down, to keep them poised, and to finish the games.
You know, one of those seniors we hope to talk to here soon, Joe Sudi. He finished with 4 points tonight, but he was a guy who had to step up in the rotation tonight because Henley was missing Shaw Stork. And they were missing Blaine Boersma, who is arguably like the 6th man of the year in this conference. He's done extraordinarily well off the bench. And Marcus Mukridi, who is an end-of-the-rotation player but a backup big man to Austin Fitz, he was out tonight as well. So other guys had to step up tonight, and they did.
They did, and credit Phoenix. I know you and I talked about it. They had a really great game plan coming in, and they executed it about as well as you can. Losing to a team by 30 points in your conference 3 weeks ago, really hard to rebound back and give it all that they did. They played really strong in front of their home crowd tonight, and credit their coaching staff and their kids for having a great game plan coming in and then executing that game plan tonight.
Well, you talk about Phoenix, their last loss actually came to Mazama, but before that, like you said, it was the 70-40 loss against Henley. They came out, they got beat by Mazama the following Tuesday, but after that they won 3 straight en route to try to clinch that playoff berth tonight, but they could not quite do it. And as we're waiting for Joe Sudi, we could take a little bit of time here to talk about the playoff picture. So Henley has won the conference. That's been decided now for a couple of weeks, or a couple of games, rather. So they are in the round of 16 in the OSAA playoffs. Now, as far as we understand it, Mazama and Klamath Union played tonight. I can try and grab a final score there. Mazama won that one 58-54 over Klamath Union. So KU and Phoenix finish 5-5. Mazama will host a play-in game later on this week. And then, based off of ranking alone, I think Klamath Union squeaks in as the number 3 team in the conference. So 3 Basin teams in the conference, 3 postseason appearances, which I know that we are the Henley broadcast, but it is nice to see Mazama and Klamath Union in the mix in the postseason.
It is, and as we mentioned just a moment ago, those in-town games, the games we saw, Henley against Mazama 2 times, Henley against KU 2 times, all 4 of those games were great games. So I really think that the 3 Basin teams are very deserving of the playoff spots and the play-in spots that they're going to have a chance to play for, I believe, coming up this Friday, and then Henley next week.
Yeah, absolutely. 43-39 the final. We're going to take one break. Going to wait just a little bit longer for Joe Sudi to hopefully join us in the post-game show. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up for you coming up next on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Henley with the win tonight, 43-39 over Phoenix.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. 43-39 the final tonight. Henley clinching up an undefeated Skyline Conference season. I'm joined now on the post-game show by senior Joe Sudi. Joe, after a game like that, kind of went back and forth there for a while. They were very odd on their substitutions, kind of group substitutioning everyone. What was that game like out there on the floor?
For a little bit there, it was scary, knowing that we could lose our 9-1 and lose our undefeated season. But I think we really held it together, and we knew we could bring it in and go 10-0, and we just never lost our focus on it.
How much did you think about 10-0 coming into this game? Was it on your mind, or were you just focused on getting the W?
Oh, it was on our mind, but we have a saying where we just go 1-0 tonight. We don't try to go 10-0 the whole time. We just go 1-0 tonight, and that just builds up on itself. And I think that's really what led us to go 10-0 and undefeated in the season.
Yeah, I've been really interested watching you play this season because I think you would agree that your role in terms of minutes that you're getting to play has been a little bit inconsistent in the league play. Some nights we see a lot, some nights not so much, but tonight you really had to step up because you're missing Blaine, you're missing Shaw and Marcus, and you did a fantastic job on the defensive end. What's it like having to have the mentality of staying ready no matter what the circumstances are, especially like you, a role player on this team?
Well, sometimes it's hard, definitely, but I think it's an important role that everyone needs to know how to do on our team, and I believe everyone on our team knows how to play that role, whether they get 4 minutes a game or all the way up to 20. I think that every single one of them knows that they know their role for the game, and we play that role no matter what it is.
Congratulations on the undefeated season and the Skyline Conference Championship. You guys have moved on to the playoffs. Are you going to be watching any games this weekend, or are you just going to take this time off and worry about March 3rd, or March 4th, I guess?
I'll take a little time off, but we're definitely probably going to watch some film and get back in the lab and work on our weaknesses, but we'll be ready for playoffs. You can count on it.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Joe Sudi on the post-game show on 104.3 and 960. I'll have you pop the headset off. And thank you again for joining the show. Joe Sudi joining us. He finished with 4 points tonight on his way to helping the team win 43-39. They are 10-0 in conference play. I'll welcome you back on, Alex. I know he took your headset with you. You know, it used to be we used to get players on right away. Coach Hammond takes them for a second. But we used to get them right away, and they would hand us back these sweaty headsets. But I think Joe kept it together pretty well.
He did. He did. And so I appreciate that you let them go to the locker room, maybe wipe themselves off before coming and exchanging a sweaty headset.
Yeah, 43-39 the final tonight. Henley 10-0. Regular season is done. We've got playoffs to look forward to. You're an assistant on the girls varsity team. You've also got a play-in game to look forward to. It's a fun time of year, and glad that we can share it with the Henley Hornets faithful, and, of course, here as we continue postseason coverage throughout the rest of the postseason.
It is a fun time of year, and both programs talk about earning another week together, and that's really for any team what this time of the year is about. You get to see your team one more day, one more practice, one more game. So everything that you do in your preparation, in your film study, in your practice time is ultimately adding up to earning that opportunity to be with your team for one more day. And so we both want that. We want the opportunity Friday, whether it's home or away, we don't know yet in that playing game. The boys want that opportunity next week. How do you earn more time with your team? Because that's what we all want. That's what we do it for. So how do we make that happen with our preparation?
Henley girls are going to be in a play-in game this weekend. The rankings freeze tonight, so the seedings are released tonight on OSAA.org. Same thing for the boys, although they're waiting an extra week. But we will see Mazama and Klamath Union seeded into that play-in tournament as well. So keep your eyes peeled to OSAA.org tonight. The rankings freeze, about 59 minutes or something like that, or 49 minutes at 10 o'clock, I think, local time they freeze. So that's what we are looking forward to as the playoff seedings become final tonight. Speaking of final from Eugene, the Bushnell Beacons dispatching of the Oregon Tech Lady Owls. Their season is over. Bushnell moves on to the semifinals of the Cascade Collegiate Conference playoffs. I will say, home game tonight at Danny Miles Court, tomorrow night rather, at Danny Miles Court. The Hustlin' Owls playing on Warner Pack in the 2-7 game in the Cascade Collegiate Conference playoffs. In that quarterfinal, Oregon Tech really has to win out the conference to get a national title championship berth, national tournament berth rather. So that is what is on the line tomorrow night at Danny Miles Court. For Henley tonight, they wrap up an undefeated Skyline Conference season 43-39. They await the results of the play-in game, which happens this weekend. Again, keep your eyes peeled to mybasin.com and OSAA.org for the seedings. This about does it for us tonight. Appreciate you being with us for the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Of course, you can follow Henley basketball all season long on MyBasin.com. It's your home for everything happening in the Basin, from news to sports to special events, everything else in between. Find us online at mybasin.com. Final score tonight, 43-39. The Henley Hornets holding on to defeat the Phoenix Pirates. Would like to thank Phoenix Athletic Director Dave Earhart for setting us up in his facility tonight. You might see him strolling around the gym on the live stream right now. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, man. Setting us up for the live stream tonight. Would also like to thank all 4 coaches this evening, Luke Hammond and Troy McNichols on the boys' side, Coach Denson and Chelsea Winter on the girls' side for cooperating with the broadcast crew tonight. And then, of course, Jesse Hamilton back home, allowing us to cover his broadcast all season long. Final score tonight, 43-39. The Henley Hornets winning this one on the road. For Nick Bradford and Alex Stork, I'm Josh Eldridge. Good night from Phoenix, Oregon.